Oh, you're just actually looking at the camera for me. That's weird. Good afternoon. I know what time it is. No, I don't. That's a lie. Good afternoon, all. Oh, welcome back. Like I said in the Go Live, as is tradition, it's Iron Banner this week, which means I'm playing Destiny. Because I just like Iron Banner. Oh. Also, because I hurt like hell. And this is something that I don't need to think about or focus on in any possible way. So I already ran out and picked up the bounties and the, I guess also the other bounties too. Yes, here are your cat bets. So yeah, Sarah Jane, Iron Banner is a once-a-month PvP activity that happens in Destiny 2, where Iron Lord Saladin shows up and basically just announces, who wants to kill each other? Hang on. It's an alternate version of Control Points, which is just like, This used to have a game, this used to have a name in Call of Duty, I think it was called Domination. Yes, who's a good cat. So Sarah Jane, the story setting, plot, goal, and such don't matter a ton because it's just a PvP event that happens once a month. It was Domination? Okay, good. And it's just that it's a PvP one where you can get extra good rewards from it. But yes, so it's this is Destiny 2, the first-person shooter MMO by Bungie. And functionally, we are in the Crucible, which is a place where it's the name for a very wide concept of basically places where player characters or guardians practice fighting against each other since they can't stay dead. So they just practice by killing each other. Wait, has Lord Inkdeath talked? I don't think he's talked. He might just have left the stream going. Because I can see at least one person who is in the viewer list who definitely isn't actually here. I saw, Dreamer, yeah, that you're planning on doing biped today. Oh, that's what that notification is. Okay. Oh, right, it was Lord Inkdeath who did the pet-friendly car. Derp, 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 derp. Sorry, ignore my madness. My clear and obvious madness. Who's a good cat butt? Yeah, I may have spent, basically 6 hours yesterday working the backyard, and I have to post pictures of it, but I haven't done it yet. And my back hurts very much because of it, so I'm just like, yay, I can just sit down and not pay any attention for this game. Also, I have a minor concern that I may have sunburned my lower back, which is mostly just impressive, but hard to tell as well. Also, there. Can't tell if the game is very quiet or if I'm just selectively blocking it out, and I guess we'll see as it goes. Oh. Lord Inkdeath, it was really nice out, so I was wearing shorts, and that was it, because it was really nice out, so...
Iron Banner.
That is an outfit choice that they picked. Okay. Sorry, I just really appreciate that it was...
Young wolves and Iron Lord.
That was an exotic helmet, whose name I don't remember, that's unique to hunters. And, ooh, I need to turn this brightness down. This probably doesn't look all that bad to you all, but I changed a bunch of video settings on the monitor, so it's very bright for me.
Zone C captured.
That's a little better. Hey, Tentek. To be clear, Tentek, if you want in, you are more than welcome to. I should go jump down into that Discord channel, but... Fuck, right, so that's the other thing, is I meant to get a whole bunch of shit done yesterday. And then I didn't because I spent all day... Why the... I meant to spend most of yesterday getting, like, stuff done. I did get a whole bunch of VODs scheduled. Like, I think I got 4 VODs scheduled for yesterday and 2 for today, so I might need to work on some more after this stream. But I didn't get any of the Patreon work done that I was supposed to get done. I didn't... Fuck. Damn it. I didn't... There's a bunch of stuff that I was supposed to do that I didn't do. Ugh. Best life tip, don't take random life tips from random people on the internet. Yeah... That's about on par with, hey, if you're looking at those advice duck memes, make sure that it's not one of the ones that has, like, a subtly attempted to hide seam. Because there's, what is it, the red and the green advice ducks, and for a little while there was a running silly joke about a green advice duck that had, like, a little bit of red showing under, and it was supposed to be, like, that it was wearing the green advice duck as a hat or something. It was weird. I remember old weird memes that didn't last long because they were strange. Yay, okay, did actually manage to get them. I'm mostly just trying to use this gun because I think I'm coming full circle on it. I think I do actually like this Seraph weapon. And because I've got a bounty for the gunsmith to get auto rifle kills. No. You are not allowed to kill me with that bow. I love that bow. I should be using that bow as my offhand. Why am I not doing that? Not offhand, but you know what I mean. My other weapon.
2 down.
It is a paradox, yes? I don't know. To me, I feel like it's, like, I wouldn't call Sarah Jane a random person on the internet, but I guess to Tramer she would be, so I guess it's the... Hang on. Ooh, right, fuck, I forgot what set I'm in. I know you're making a joke, but it's also... Fuck. He's above me. He's above me. Yep. Oh, well. Like, I know you're making a joke. I'm just trying to explain my logic for it, too. Where it's the advice of don't take random advice from strangers, definitely true. But then you get into the fun gray area of determining what the fuck is a stranger. Will you pissing die? Thank you. They tried to snipe me there. That's why I currently have no health left. Yeah, I need to switch over to a different spec, because this Warlock has the worst ult for Crucible. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but it's not good. Like, if we somehow were really unified for trying to defend a single point... Like, this one where they keep trying to take C from us, maybe? But, I think I've got Healing Circle. I don't remember if I have Healing Circle. Yes, I have Healing Circle. Okay. Killed a Guardian named Bullet Sponge. That tracks. Okay, please stop electrocuting me. It's rude. Ah, fuck. My grenade hit my ally there, so it doesn't do any damage, but it did... It did hit him, so because it drops a, like, not permanent, but, like, semi-permanent thing, because it touched him, it spawned it there. Spawned it, like, on them. Math joke of the day for you. Did you know that algebra was much easier in the ancient times? if for the ancient Romans, X was always 10. Boo? Boo. Boo. You know what, screw it, I'm just using this. Wow, and I still got murdered. That's fair. But hey, now I can switch. Right, except that I keep pressing the wrong buttons. This is fine. Yes. Plus, I think I need to get arc kills anyway, so hey. I don't think killing them is rude, because we are in a place where we have agreed that we are fighting each other. Like, in Destiny canon, there's technically a way to permanently kill Guardians, and it's a... Before recently, it's a thing that we were led to believe that no one did, because it's literally a way to kill people who are supposed to be protecting the rest of humanity. And, yeah. No, damn it! I thought I was gonna get a slash in. Yeah, Crucible is a sport, it's just a sport that involves combat. And turns out that there are some shitty people... Vance, who, don't take sportsmanship to a good level. So, that's always the weird thing, where it's like, are you practicing a blood sport in the same way that, like, do you count MMA as a blood sport? Personally, a little bit. But it's also one that people are taking part in willingly, so... I don't know. I guess it has the next step beyond MMA of it's literally people who, when they die, just come back to life fighting, so they don't care that much. In the same way that if they get hurt, their ghost just fixes them. So they just have gotten used to ignoring pain. And, to a lesser extent, death. I hate this person using their nice bow.
A clean victory.
Damn it. Theoretically, the purpose of Crucible is to train Guardians in how to fight and correctly die. Yeah, it's also... I know that Shax tries to talk about Crucible being like a way to teach, especially Control, my most favoritist game mode, is supposed to be a way to teach Guardians to actually, like, hold territory, because we're dumb and do the thing where we just go like, ah, yes, everything here is done. Cracks Knuckles. I didn't actually expect them to crack. I'll move over to the next area. So, like, we don't actually hold territory in any possible way, except Control doesn't teach us that, because we still don't do it anyway. I had a quest to get kills with a fusion rifle, don't I? Dim, come here. I haven't opened you in a few days. Actually, not a few days. It's been like 3 weeks, because I was just publishing or scheduling the last Destiny stream. Need a fusion rifle. Oh, I'm not using an exotic. I can go equip Jotun and just be a complete cretin. Come here, Jotun. There we go. It's a learning process, learning death, where it's like you start out with these fucking idiots who refuse to hold any kind of territory, and now you convince them to hold territory for a couple of minutes at least. And given that they can teleport, like, Guardians and frames, I guess the hope is, if we can convince them to hold it for a couple of minutes, we can at least teleport a bunch of frames in to try and hold the territory when they inevitably fuck off in another direction. Alright, get into that one. Sorry, I happened to look over at my Discord, because there was a big discussion, mostly Alfcat's fault, about how there's the remasters for the Tony Hawk games coming out. And how I do really like, I was never big into the skating video games, but I do really appreciate Tony Hawk's current internet persona, for lack of a better way of putting it, where it's just like him existing, people seeing his name and going, I wonder what happened to that guy, and not acknowledging that they were talking to that guy, and just assuming that he was some random person who had the exact same name. Which is extra amusing, since apparently there's a comedian also with the exact same name. We need the SSX games remade.
Iron
Weren't those published by Acclaim, who doesn't exist anymore? Or was that only a couple of the SSX games? Or am I thinking of a different snowboarding game that Acclaim did that horrible, horrible publicity stunt with?
strength.
Then again, it would also make sense for anything Acclaim had to have been absorbed by someone else. But who knows? Oh, right, I forgot how weird this reticle is.
You captured Zone C. Opponent.
Oh, sorry,
Zone
the comedian is Tony Hawks, but let's be honest here, that's a minor enough difference
B
that...
captured. 2 zones are yours.
Damn it!
You're pulling ahead.
We're pulling ahead and they're dodging my fusion rifle shots like assholes. SSX was EA Sports? Oh, okay. Back when EA did cool stuff. I'm gonna level with you. I wasn't a person who played any sports games. The closest... Actually, no. That's a lie. But I'm gonna continue with that thought. The closest thing to a sports game that I played was that one Quidditch game that EA Sports put out. Because that was stupid and fun. Also, hey, Aleph Cat, how are you doing, man? Damn it, fuck. I'm gonna level with you. I think Valorant might be teaching me not necessarily bad habits, but not good habits for Destiny.
Zone A captured. Ah, yes.
Because
The hunt is on.
in Valorant, the thing is that you don't necessarily want to be ADSing all the time, which is a thing that it's taken me a lot of work to drive through my fucking skull. Crap, they're not dead. But with most Destiny weapons, they're just better. If you're ADSing. Oh, did Stellaris have an update? I didn't see... I had a bunch of things updating this morning, but Stellaris was not one of them.
Rest. The hunt is over.
Oh, right, so I haven't been doing more explanation of this game mode. So as I was saying at the beginning, Control is just a game mode that I really like,
Zone A.
because the idea is that kills still matter, but your kills matter more if your team controls the majority of the points. So, like, my kill there was only worth 1 point, because we only control one of the 3. If you control 2 of the 3, then you get your kills count for 2, and if you control all 3, your kills count for 3. The difference then being that exists in normal control, but there's no real way to take advantage of controlling all 3, because the enemy will then immediately just come take one of them away from you. In this game mode, once a team controls all 3 points, it locks them for about 20 seconds, so only one team can possibly control all the points. So you have a chance to really take advantage of the lockout, which is what's going on now, where we have the hunt is on happening. So even though I died there, I still got 1 kill that counted for literally 3 times as much as their 1 kill. The benefit of fusion rifle traveling very slowly. Also that this one homes, but whatever.
Another hunt will come soon. They're standing
I'm a lazy, cheaty bastard. I need to get my stupid fusion rifle kills.
You captured Zone B.
I also need to get sword kills, but that's a pain.
Opponent claims Zone C.
Never mind, apparently I'm getting sword kill. What the hell?
Opponent
That was weird.
Zone A.
Well, I got 1 sword kill. Oh well. Ah, shit! Whoops! Wait, is Stellaris 4 years old now? Wow, yeah, I guess it is. Shit. Version 2.7 gives... Oh, right, they were talking about doing some more big overhauls after Federations came out, so that's cool. And it's free to play until the 17th. Sweet, I love Stellaris. That is a weird fucking game, but I love it. Wait, if it's free to play until the 17th, we could finally
The wolves hunt.
do that thing that Zuo has been trying to get me to do for a bit and play it as a community day thing. Ooh, I should check that out then. Because Stellaris has, frankly, one of the best dumb quality of life things in that if the host of a multiplayer game owns the DLC, then everyone just gets to play around with the DLC.
You captured Zone A. Opponent claimed Zone
Oh, that's
B.
aggravating.
5
Someone
minutes
threw a...
left. Sound tactics so far.
Yeah, shit. Shit!
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Trying to remember if I have to... Oh, right. I was like, do I have to do anything on the 17th? I was like, yes, that's when my virtual cat adoption thing is. But that's... It's either in the morning or it's at, like, 2. Because those are the only times that anyone ever has available for Haley and I to do stuff on Sundays. Like, it's just consistent. It's always either 11 or 2.
Captured. You have
Damn it!
advantage. Press on.
Fine, I'll actually get auto rifle kills. Jackass. It stops being free at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Yeah, it's... The times when stuff stops being free is always weird.
You captured Zone A. Zone
Yes,
advantage.
please jump into my ultimate. Thank you.
2 down.
Shit, where'd they go? I just saw them. Okay, well, someone's in here. Hi! I saw you. What? Damn it, I aimed up. Cap said cat, and you thought about your cat and needed to say cat for some reason? I mean, makes sense.
Zone A lost. Everything
Also,
yours. Relish.
sorry, I on your Dark Soul comment, I briefly thought about doing Dark Souls today, and then was reminded that, oh wait, it's Iron Banner. Fuck it, let's do Iron Banner.
You are victorious.
Hey, I got the last kill. Wonderful. And I'm not sure about Saturday this week, because I kind of want to poke Miriam and see if she has... Like, now that some of the... Not some, a lot of the restrictions have been lifted in our state, even if it's not necessarily safe. Like, I'm kind of tempted to poke Miriam and see if she wants to do a cooking stream. Yeah, probably either Saturday or Friday night. It sort of depends on who is free and such. I know Lord Inkdeath because you're a monster and... State is probably going to have the lockdown extended for 3 months. As they, quite frankly, probably should. But, yeah. Okay, we're almost done with our auto rifle kills. Which means I won't have to pay attention to anything after that, because all of these are just, like, get kills. Or not get kills, but they amount to just play Iron Banner the way you're expecting to anyway. Hey, Wonky, how are you doing? But it's... If we do a cooking stream, it's less... Like, the determining factor is less on whether, like... we want to do a cooking stream, and more on whether we decide it's safe to do a cooking stream. Or maybe not even safe, responsible is probably the better word. And the base game is 75% off? Damn, what screen do I have Steam on? This one, good. Did I already have a... Oh, okay, looks like Stellaris did its update for me last night. Okay. Yeah, Wonky, we actually... We in theory do one a month, but it's been up in the air a lot because, honestly, COVID, and because my wife is working from home, which means she's using the kitchen a lot, which means that the kitchen is busy with someone already cooking a lot. But we have a tier on our Patreon that is basically a... For each person that's on there, we're able to do at least one cooking stream per person per month. And now, I don't actually remember which one Patreon thinks that Lord Inkdeath is at because of the time that they changed their pledge, but I know for sure that it says we have 2 people on it.
Iron Banner.
Which means I'm going to try and do 2 cooking streams this month.
Show me a new legend.
Because we have ideas for what we want to do with them. It's just hoping that Miriam is, like... Not hoping. Trying to figure out whether or not we think it's responsible. It sort of depends on whatever we're feeling, Wonky, because I have a degree in baking and pastry. Oh, shit. My wife has degrees in baking and pastry and culinary arts, and Miriam, who I generally try and get into, just so it's not just me, also has degrees in baking and pastry and culinary arts. So it's usually just we figure out some sort of topic that we want to do, and then we just do a bunch of silly stuff. Because, like...
Captured Zone B.
I always reflect back on the really stupid one where we made cannabis cookies and brownies, but we've also done... Hang on. Damn it! I'm trying to remember what else we've actually done.
Zone A captured.
Miriam and Steph doing okay and safe? Yes, they are both very good. In fact, Miriam is also out of the hell job, too. Which is part of why she would actually be able to come over on a Saturday. Because she's not working for the absolute hell place that she used to. And that I used to as well. Come on, come around the corner. Somebody?
You captured Zone C.
Saw them on the motion detector. I guess they went the other direction. Shit! Damn it.
Zone A lost.
Only DLC you don't have at the moment are Federation story packs. I really recommend Federation. I need to check the... I need to check which ones are the story packs. Because I don't remember what any of them add. And I know some of them were free. Like, I think Horizon... No. I think it was Horizons was the free one. Shit! Ah, I slid. I slid coming up the stairs, so the slide ended, like, immediately. Explain the safety question. It's not just you doing the people, and yeah. Like, it's more that we would have Miriam coming over to basically be a... Well, not be, to be a co-host. Because she's extreme... Like, we've talked about this before, but, like... There's sort of like a distinction between someone who has good host energy and someone who has good co-host or like guest energy, and they're all like different subsections. And Miriam is one of those people who is really good at doing a couple different things. Like, she has by herself, just in general, really good host energy, but she's also very good as a co-host. I don't know about as a guest. Like, that's not a thing that I've ever had her on as.
Opponent claimed zone.
I guess the distinction being... Actually, no, we did, because she was able to do that pretty well, too, with Sea of Thieves. Well, she did okay. Like, she did the same thing, not the same thing. Probably the best way of putting it is that she still slipped into, like, co-host. So, not necessarily leading, but kind of... Oh, for fuck's sake, Bungie. But kind of leading? Nope, not Gambit, not Gambit, not Gambit, not Gambit. Wait, Lording Death, was that a reference to Horizon Zero Dawn? Now I'm confused. Illithoids and Relics are the ones you don't have. Okay, so I like the Lithoids as just, like, they're very interesting because they function so differently from other races. I can't decide if I like or dislike Relics, honestly. Because, like, Relics has the whole archaeology system, but I sort of get what some people complained about, where it feels like... Oh, I joined a game in progress, okay. But it feels very much like it's a, It feels like they're a whole new system that has been thrown into the game to give
Zone B lost. The howl of
late
wolves is
game
not the end.
scientists
Be vigilant.
or ship-based scientists a thing to do, but that it requires that they be doing stuff constantly throughout the game. So it can weirdly limit your expansion, I guess, if you're focusing on it, and you kind of should focus on it because it's very important. I don't know. The Relics update is weird.
Hunt will come soon.
Now that you've retrieved your cat, he's slightly larger than the Wait. Lighter than friendly car? What? I take it your cat was getting groomed? That is my guess from that series of words.
Claim Zone B.
I really need to get these fusion rifle kills done because everyone is out light leveling me, which normally doesn't matter in Crucible but does matter in Iron Banner.
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
So if you see where their symbols are red, it's like red background with white symbol to determine what their class is. If it's gray, then they're like on par or a lower light level than me. If they're red, then they're a higher light level, which means that they are harder to kill. Because it's basically like a level 50 person fighting a level 60 person. It's actually way more minor than that, because no one should be that high light level, but still.
Zone A captured. Now you are the wolf.
Sarah Jane, I'm going to assume that you're talking about when they played Love Honey. Because that was a thing. Damn it, fucking golden gun. At least they wasted 2 shots at me. I think that was one of the only things that I've ever republished to the Patreon. Because, like, it happened, and there were people who were there to see it, but because of the weird way that YouTube saved it, it wasn't, like, super easy to post, so I posted it. I think that's one of the only things I've posted twice to the Patreon, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we've talked about it on this stream before, where it's like, it's an interesting game in that it is a better puzzle game than it has any need to be. Hang on, I want to see if any of these were actually, like, better gear. I probably shouldn't be using the Jotun. I should probably just use a fusion rifle that doesn't suck. Well, I should be using a fusion rifle that is closer to my actual light level. Like, it's a game that doesn't need to be as good at, could you always use the best? Oh, you mean the Telesto? But my Telesto is actually a lower light level than my, the thing I was just using, my Jotun. Where is my Telesto, actually? Did I break down my Telesto? Am I an idiot? Oh shit, I might have broken down my Telesto. Oh wait, no, it's doing... Okay, hang on. Nope, it just wasn't displaying all of my guns. Okay. Where is my Telesto? There, nope, that's... There it is, yeah. Okay, I was like, good, it does still exist. Sarah Jane, it is a constant attempt for me to remember to do branding. So it's basically subs. Not branding. Theming? Theming's probably more accurate. Yeah, let's go with that. The worst part is that none of my good fusion rifles are arc-based, and that's still what I need to get kills with. Because I need, yeah, arc weapon kills. I still need sword kills. Haven't done any of those. I stopped focusing on getting my auto rifle kills like a smart. Oh, right. I forgot about working on this thing. Because I have not been using the dumb matchbook. Actually, let's go with the matchbook. It's not arc either, but it's a stupid weapon and I like using it. And it fills the need to use auto rifle requirement. But yeah, like, Love Honey is weird because it is very much just, it's a game that wants to be a porn game, but has way better game mechanics than it needs to do that. And that's really impressive until you also start to think about just how weirdly creepy and rapey and, frankly, racist it can be at times. Or most of the time. I don't exactly have hope that the, Okay, I thought there was a smudge on my computer right at the center of, like, the wormhole. Did I not say Honey Pop? What did I thought I said Honey Pop. I don't have high hopes that the developer has learned anything, given that they're still working on the sequel, but we'll see. I've been saying Love Honey? Okay, that's weird. Honey Pop. Okay.
Iron Banner.
My memory is not great. Yeah, watching Miriam play it is hilarious, and I kind of want to get her back for doing some other sort of thing like that, but the trick is that I would only feel comfortable doing that if I could pay her, and that's not a thing we can afford to do. Like, I still feel bad that we had a Patreon reward, or no, was it a Patreon? I think that was a Patreon reward. Yes, Tentec, that they are that. Which is why I was ever so slightly embarrassed that I was saying that instead of the actual game name. Because, yeah, Love Honey is a UK-based sex toy retailer.
Zone B captured. 2 zones are yours.
That had a weirdly interesting, like, mini documentary series about them. Done by, I don't remember who. That a roommate once got everyone in my house to watch. Also, if a roommate got me to do... Right, that was, wow, that was a long time ago. When was that?
Zone C. You are in control.
Alfcat, I take it you are not enjoying your newer job? Because I want to say you're working for a car manufacturer, right? Unless I'm completely off base, which I very well might be.
The howls are quiet. Return to
Oh,
the
right, yes,
fight.
capture. Capture.
Opponent claimed Zone C. You captured Zone
But
A.
yeah, they had an actually, like, pretty solid, I think it was only like a 6-episode documentary series done on them. Oop, there we go. Yes, 10th, yes! That reminds me, so after that expedition that we ran on stream, which I'm still annoyed that, like, the stream went down as we were doing the final game, I managed to win. I did the second trial of that off stream, didn't go as well, but after a 7-win trial, the next one was only like 2, but between the 2 of those I still got pretty solid rewards, and then on Tuesday I got opened the weekly chest. I had enough gems and wildcards to build that sea monster deck that I wanted to do, and I kind of can't wait to go try it on stream. Like, I haven't played it at all, and I'm very tempted to do the first run through on stream.
Lead grows sharper. Zone B lost.
The last community tournament that we did was for Smash Brothers, and it went weirdly, but I'm not against that idea. They're not a car manufacturer, more of a public service company? Okay. The correct thing to do seems to always be playing some sort of Shadow Isles. They've been better about that, but yes. It's just that Shadow Isles has most of the good creature destruction. Like, there are plenty of other decks that exist, but a lot of people, even with the new expansion that's out, are still trying to play a lot of the... there's a deck that's existed since the closed beta called Dawn Spiders. That's a Demacia Shadow Isles deck that's built entirely around just play out spiders and the Dawn Speakers, I think, who give everything that's on the field +1/+1 at the end of turn if something on your side died. So it's just that, like, it's the case of Shadow Isles is very much like Black. It can do a lot of stuff provided it's willing to sacrifice its own pieces to do it, and it takes advantage of sacrificing its own pieces. So it makes it a really good support choice, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. Damn it. Ah, they were behind me. Because all these drain cards make burn decks cry. To an extent, the thing is just that, well, actually, there's way better drain now, too, because there's that, there's a thing in the new set for Shadow Isles that lets you drain whenever something dies. Which is a strictly, well, maybe not strictly, its effect is strictly better than, there's a creature in the basic set that did deal 1 to the opponent whenever one of your creatures dies. Actually, no, I think it may have affected both sides. It may have checked both sides for deaths. Oh, fuck, there's 2 of them. Oops. But yeah, like, in general, it's very much... Shadow Isles are just a good region. And I kind of like the idea that they're... not the idea. I appreciate that they're trying to make the other regions more competitive without removing what makes Shadow Isles, like, unique.
You captured Zone B.
And it seems that their primary way of going about that is giving Shadow Isles more creatures that either have a front or a butt. Like, they very few Shadow Isles creatures, unless there's something like, I can't remember the name of it. Very few Shadow Isles creatures in general have both a good butt and a good front, unless they are creatures that you have to get in some sort of roundabout way. Like, there's the 1/1 with a Last Breath that spawns a 4/4. And I'm trying to remember the name of the 4/4 or the 1/1, but they both just completely left my brain. It's part of why there's another deck that I have constructed but don't have the cards for that I'm looking forward to playing at some point, that is all Freljord and Shadow Isles, because Freljord has a habit of just going, I'm gonna do big board damaging spells and not care which side whether or not it hits both sides, because there are Freljord cards who are okay with being damaged, or who prefer to be damaged. Also, yes, stuff like the Baby Yeti, which I don't know if Alfcat picked specifically, or if that's just a card he remembered, but yes, stuff like the Baby Yeti. So I've got a Freljord Shadow Isles deck whose entire purpose is just, what if I occasionally hurt everybody so that the opponent probably loses stuff, and I definitely lose stuff, but then I get better stuff from the losses that I took?
Opponent claims Zone C.
Because it's also stuff like, there's a champion from Freljord who, when she dies, just gets back up. Like, it takes her a turn, but she just gets back up. Your deck is Sejuani? I don't have a Sejuani yet. Elise and that creature that drains when your things die, and a bunch of cheap things that do stuff when they die. Honestly, that's just a good way to build Shadow Isles decks, is grabbing stuff that cares about whether or not it dies.
Make them feel it.
Give me that sword kill. Damn it! In the classic Halo combination, shotgun beats sword.
You are the hunted.
A Szechuan deck? No, Szechuan. Close, but not quite the same. Wow, that's not actually better gear. Damn it. You have 2 Szechuanese because of pack luck? I hate you. Look, damn it, Lording Death, I've been good about not eating as much food. Like, I can very happily say that since I had my whole revelation about, oh, I'm not taking as good care of myself or doing the things that make me feel more okay with aspects of myself, and started paying attention again, I've dropped like 5 pounds again. Admittedly, I'm still not down to the weight I was at before COVID, which was still not the weight I was trying to get down to, but it's progress. Also, turns out working out in the sun for 6 hours and tilling up my entire entire backyard helps work off a lot of fucking weight. Also burns a lot of calories that I didn't immediately feel the need to fill back up on for some reason. Like, I'm proud of myself because there was pizza that Haley ordered, and I had, like, I actually did the math and was like, okay, here's, I have a scale, so checking how much the stuff came out to calorie wise, and was like, okay. It's like, okay, so if I eat these 2 slices of pizza and these Parmesan bites, it's like 400 calories. Can I afford 400? And then I looked at the calories I burned yesterday and went, yes, I can. Because I accidentally burned like 3,000 something? It was something absurd. Never mind, it was 4,000. It does sound like innuendo, which is why I've been very aggressively trying to use the word till instead of hoeing. Because I really, really would prefer to use the word hoeing, but that's even less subtle innuendo. That's like I'm trying to figure. I tabbed over to a thing and it suddenly made my stream audio play. Cat, are you kneading in your sleep? I think you are. Exactly, Alfcat. That's why I'm trying to not make those jokes. It's not that I have standards, it's that they feel too obvious? I don't know. I don't have a better word than that. Hang on. I just want to check my video settings real quick, because... Okay, no, it didn't. Weird. It's just... It feels like the white balance is off in some way. Or maybe the saturation? Okay, I think it was saturation. I know that was a series of extremely minor changes, but it looks different to me, damn it. Oh, I always forget that this doesn't count as or that this counts as a rotator, not the other kind. Oh, good. Always good to see the chat has devolved down to innuendo jokes. What was I doing? I started doing something, and then I forgot what I was doing. Sarah Jane, it's not just you, though. It's just that everyone in chat is ready to jump on that kind of joke immediately. We're just waiting. Lewd is fun if consensual. I'd agree with that, yeah. Oh, I wanted to see... Was it... this? I was trying to remember if this person... Okay. This is the issue of existing let's say too much on the intranet. No, the intranet is actually a thing. On the internet. And what I'm going to charitably describe as a streaming community, or a series of different communities based partially around streaming, is that I saw someone post a thing in their Discord this morning that they would not be streaming today, and I needed to make sure that that was actually a post from today, because I could not remember if it was from today. Just because I feel like this would have been one of the days that I'd end up throwing to them. Shit. Nope. Damn it. Fucking golden gun. I'm mostly just confused about chat now, because I can't tell if you're using the misspelled version of lewd on purpose, or by accident now. Okay, where the hell is this? Oh, they're below. Ah, there they are. They were coming up from below. Okay. Okay, I can see that... I know what the normal joke here is, so I'm wondering what Sarah Jane is going to do with why is 6 afraid of 7. Because I'm operating the assumption that you wouldn't just go with the default joke. Damn it. 7 is a 6 offender. That's maybe not great.
5 minutes remain.
That's maybe not great. Hang on.
Zone C lost.
Why is 5 afraid of 6? So I can see it being innocent, but at the same time, I'm just like a little. I'm always going to be a little bit wary about any sort of veiled reference to sex offenders. Like maybe that's just me, but that just seems concerning to me, I guess. Damn it! I didn't kill any of them! Well, I killed one. Whatever. And now I'm marked for vengeance. Great.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Elfcat, I don't think that joke works. If we want puns, a whole chat you're in is devolved into puns that are mostly wholesome. Given the crowds that I know that you run at least vaguely in Wonky, should I be blaming Surge for this? Because that descriptor sounds like I should be blaming Surge for whatever is about to happen here. Or I guess Surge's chat, but whatever. How much money does a pirate pay for corn? A buccaneer? Wow.
The howls are quiet. Return to the fight.
Neither, Wonky. Surge, S-E-R-G-E. Just because I know you came here through Joe, so I was assuming that you ran at least partially with... Frankly, I assumed that you ran with, like, the TQ side of that sort of streaming community, but that you might have touched over with some of the lure stuff. Because Surge is a Twitch streamer who is... I'm gonna say aggressively wholesome. At least he tries to be, because he does a Minecraft stream, mostly. So he tries to keep his stream very family-friendly. But his stream also starts horrible, terrifying things like how technically it's still family-friendly for them to all start in unison chanting, admittedly chanting through chat, but still I'm going to call it chanting teeth. and throwing up whatever emotes they can find that look like teeth. What's a pirate's favorite letter? Are we just doing pirate jokes now? I was more on board with the vaguely filthy jokes than the, I was more on board with the... Yep, specifically those teeth are what they used. Yeah, I think they have a new teeth. Like, I think they have a proper teeth emote now. Hang on, I have to go check his stream real quick to see if they have a prop. I think they do now. No, they do not. Okay. Which is fair, because it's only mildly horrifying. Where is... There. That's what I'm looking for. What do you call fake noodles? I'm kind of amazed I don't know any of these. And in pasta? Wow. And what was the... There was a pirate joke that I don't think I saw the answer to. Oh, pirate's favorite letter. Isn't the point of the pirate's favorite letter one that you can alternate between R and C? Difference between an engineer and a physicist and a mathematician. House is on fire... house is on fire and there's a bucket of water. Engineer throws water on fire, says problem is solved. Physicist calculates how much water is needed to put out the fire, throws that much on the fire and says problem solved. Mathematician calculates how much water is needed to put on the put out the fire and says problem solved. Yeah. Like the other response to that I always have is for cooks is how many cooks does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is 6, 1 to do it, and 5 to stand holding the ladder telling them how they used to do it at their last job. Ideally over each other so that you can't hear any of the individual things. Oh god, I know this one. Crap. I know the when does a joke become a dad joke, and right, when it becomes apparent, that's it. It's like it's a joke and a pun because it's a monster abomination like that. I really need to find a new styling thing because the stuff that I've got right now just makes my hair feel dead. Like it's not. As soon as it washes out, my hair feels fine again, but crap. I also need to finish doing laundry. I just looked at... I have, like, all of the stuff that I started. Or not started. I have the load that I folded. And now I need to get the load that's still in the dryer and fold that. I've got so much crap I need to do today. Because yesterday, the plan was that I would go and, like... I went to... I accidentally found all the berry plants that I was hoping to plant. And... Wow, you're all terrible. I found the berry plants that I wanted to plant, mostly by accident, because I was just like, I didn't find them last year, but maybe I'll find them this year. And ended up going like, oh, I'll look at this local nursery and see if they have them. And they didn't, but their thing was, hey, we have this service where you can actually order plants from this online retailer, and they don't ship to customers, but they'll ship to us, and then you can come pick it up from us. It's like, wow, that's fucking awesome. And look through their thing, and going like, okay, so I could get it in like a couple of weeks, and then noticed they had like, do you want to check for local stores that have it? And I went, okay, sure. And clicked on and was like, oh, all of these breeds of plant that I'm looking for are at my local Lowe's, in theory. And ran over to the local Lowe's, and they had all of them. Like, I was a little worried that it was going to be like, I'm going to show up there, and I'm going to find a blueberry plant, but it's going to be the wrong kind. Because there were a couple that I was looking at that was like, oh, this is great, and then looked at their sort of, like, climatological build, and was like, oh, I shouldn't use this here because it can't handle our cold snaps. And no, they had exactly the ones I was looking for. So I ended up having an entire day of just, crap, I was just going to till the backyard. But nope, now it's turned into I'm tilling the backyard and I'm planting a blackberry bush that I actually need to sort of repot properly. A strawberry bush. And then I've still got a blueberry bush and a raspberry bush out front that I need to sort of break up our front garden in order to plant them. Because our front garden was set up by some sort of monster who put up, like, the most boring decorative bush. Like, it has no... It doesn't even flower or anything. It's just a bush that they set in the garden. Why? So I need to either tear that out or, like, see if I can transplant it into the yard proper. I might just tear it out. And then we've got, I think they're tulips that I need to shift, as well as 1 or 2 rose bushes. It's hard to tell, I think, or not even bushes. They're trying to be rose bushes and have not succeeded. But they've sort of grown kind of together, so I need to move them all around so I can put, like, the berries behind them. It's gonna be a whole thing. And I wanted to do all of that yesterday, and then I just couldn't because everything. Like, it was the weird combination of everything has worked out so well that I have too much shit I need to do. Because I didn't manage to, like, sweep or vacuum the house or mop the tile floors. Because I did all of this other stuff instead, or finish the laundry. Man. I've got so much random crap to do, it's very silly. What do you call dudes who like math? Algebros. Do you know where I keep my dad jokes? In a database. Sorry, that one took me a second. I had to, like, say it out loud to get that one. Curse you, shoulder tackles! Ugh. Also, like, unjokingly, I think I've started to break the hoe that I've been using. Because, as is a rule now, every time I get a new tool, I have to, like, every season I get at least one new tool that I have to not immediately, but partially destroy. Last year it was my, like, spade. What the hell? My, like, spade style shovel. Because it snapped in half while trying to dig out a fucking stump. This year it's the hoe that I bought to till the backyard. Because, like, it still works, but there's, like, the wood has already started to crack, like, right at the what's it called? Basically, like, where the metal cap is just sort of, like, pressed very hard onto the stick, I guess. The stick has started to, like, break in half there. It's very weird. No, not the handle. Just, like, there's the... Because it's the same way that you used to make spears. It's that it's, like, a metal cap that is technically too small to, like, fit on top of the bit of the handle, but you just keep hammering it on until it stays.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Because basically, I can see the wood underneath that has started to not splinter, but, like, split apart.
The wolves hunt.
So I'm probably not going to be able to use it too much longer this season, which is fine, because I've done most of the work now. Like, all I still really have to do is the front garden area. But I still feel like that's better than when I had to lose an entire goddamn shovel to a stump, so... Because, I mean, at least in this case, if I get really determined, I could probably fix it. Fix it, but it would be in a roundabout-ass way, but I could probably fix it. I just...
Zone A captured.
would have to break out
Zone B captured. You have the advantage.
lots of...
Opponent claims
I'm gonna
zone.
say sandpaper and a saw. But that would also make it shorter and less good for me. But whatever.
You captured Zone C. 5 minutes left. Sound tactics.
Boring adult things. You have to put in a drain tile. Yeah, isn't it fun? Like, I guess I get the minor benefit now of, because Haley's home all day, she's seeing, like, the stuff that I do around the house that she doesn't think about. Which she has commented on a couple of times. But
The hunt has ended.
then I'm also self-conscious about it, 'cause it's like, I don't want to vacuum when there are people in the house, because if there's people in the house, I assume that they are working or trying to not think about work. So my brain is just like, yeah, well, let's not vacuum, because that'll be really fucking loud.
Zone C captured.
Or
Opponent
let's
claims
not
zone A. Opponent claims zone
mop
A.
the tile, because mopping the tile means that I have to finagle a way to keep the damn dogs out of the...
Opponents down.
Damn it, that was annoying. To keep the damn dogs out of the kitchen, which means that they're going to be in someone else's way now.
Zone B captured. 2 zones.
What I'm saying is that I'm self-conscious about damn near everything. It's fun. No, it's not. It's actually fucking awful. Can you just fire in through that window?
You were the wolf.
That wasn't even a window. How the fuck did they do that? Oh! Oh, hi. Damn it. Fucking sentinel. Erp. Oh, that was weird.
Owls are quiet.
Normally the respawn is much faster than that, but I guess it couldn't find a respawn location with no enemies nearby.
Zone A. Cut their momentum. Keep pushing. That's 2. Zone C captured.
Yay for the double kill. Okay. Sorry, I had to heal there because this gun is really good, but this gun has a massive downside
3 minutes
in
remaining.
that
Keep the pressure.
it hurts you the faster, like it builds up attack speed,
Yours.
but also burns you the faster it's going. And the offset for that is that you can aim down sights, but then you lose, as 10th Tech called out, the really good aim assist that it's got on the fire from the hip. Shit. Or sometimes it just fucks up. That works too.
Zone B lost.
But now we just need one...
And you are the prey.
I think our kills still count during a hunt, so we just need one kill to win, so... This is not a Vorpal weapon. Crap.
Well fought. Well won.
Well, I died, but we won. Good enough. Hey, Odinson, how you doing, man? I might have to reheat this coffee, because it's gotten cold. And very, not watery, but because I generally put cream in my coffee, and this one was only like only had half cream, trying not to use that as a verb. It is holding up less well, let's say. What did we get? That was Wishbringer, right? Hello, shotgun. Of questionable, of dubious usefulness. I'm gonna keep trying to get my stupid arc kills, damn it. Just got done grocery shopping, been like 2.5 weeks since you went last. Nice. I feel like we're going about once a week, but that count is also wibbly because that's including times when Haley has to go shopping for work stuff. Sorry, I'm paying slightly closer attention right now to... Since we... I'm noticing something weird in that I've got a thing over on this screen that has, like, all of our past couple... Not past couple. Theoretically, all of our past notifications. And I just noticed a running theme with a bunch of recent follows, in that a bunch of them are usually like two things that are almost words, and then a 4-digit number. And I'm wondering if that means that there's yet another... Actually, I know there's at least one bot swarm currently going around, but I'm wondering if that means that there's two different bot swarms going around right now. Because right now there's a big aggravating, like, series of spam bots that are running around doing the, like, hey, do you need new followers thing? I'm wondering if this might be something similar. I looked over now and noticed it while we had downtime between games, so. Yes, like names like that. So maybe they are actually just the same things, and they're... Oh, that would actually make sense, that they're following so that in case you have a follower-only chat, they're just sending out a whole bunch of them to follow early, and then... Because usually... So follower-only chat doesn't just mean, hey, if you follow, you can chat. Usually it means you have to follow and then wait like 15 minutes.
And now, fight.
Depending on how long they've got the thing set for, so... That might be it, that they're just firing off a whole bunch of follows to have it ready. I can't imagine that they get that many hits with that sort of scheme, but maybe they do. I guess people are just stupid.
You have the advantage. Press on.
Sorry, I thought I heard a knock at the door, and I was very confused. Because one of the benefits of this desk is that I can see under a bit of the hutch and see if someone is standing at the door, but I did not see any feet. That's a weird statement.
You captured Zone A. They hear the howls and no fear.
Where are all of the... Ah, there we go. Do Nigerian princes still work, honestly? Like...
The lead is yours.
I feel like, well, I guess... Some people might not be aware of the meme. Or not the meme, but, I don't know, the thing? It's weird.
Zone B.
I feel like that one at least is played out enough that old people would be aware of it.
Zone A captured.
I mean, that was... That didn't count as a... I'm confused?
Zone C. You've lost the lead.
Oh, there's only 2 enemies now.
Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
Well, that's weird. This is supposed to be a 6-on-6. Instead, it is currently a 4-on-2.
You captured Zone C. They hear the howls and no fear.
Thank you, sword. Well, hey, at least I'm gonna get some of my fucking sword kills now. Still only 2 of them? Okay. Eventually it'll matchmake some folks into this game, I assume.
The flames have gone cold.
Or we will just kick enough ass that it will, declare us the winners. The problem is finding the asses to kick.
You captured Zone C.
But yeah, I guess that is the thing, is just that it's like robocalls, is that if you send out enough of them, eventually a human will respond positively for some reason.
You captured Zone A. You have the advantage.
Got one more
Press
sword
on.
attack before this is out of ammo.
Captured. Everything is yours. Relish this time.
Ah, the block didn't work great. For some reason, that got 1 week to start playing in your head. Yes, the sword has ammo. Like, you can... The way that it's sort of explained is that the sword exists normally, but...
Let the wolves rest.
for it to use your power as a guardian, it has ammo that basically takes in that. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's a hunter trap thing. Okay.
You captured Zone C.
So, like, you can still swing it and use it as a sword without the ammo, but it doesn't count for the sword kills for my bounty, and it does less damage. Fuck. Forgot which spec I was. Eh, still killed him, technically. Oh, no, the other person did. Boo.
Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Oh, shit, I shouldn't have... Fuck. Okay, that was stupid. Time to put on this dumb hat.
The fires are lit. Find your prey and
I didn't mean to turn that quest in because all Iron Banner bounties are what's called Pinnacle, or have what's called Pinnacle rewards. Actually, I guess I did need to do it no matter what. And given that I'm at light level 1000 now, that's just the only way that I can get higher light level gear. So I guess it's fine. I just wasn't thinking about it.
You captured Zone C.
So yeah, like, the sword, I have the sword and I can attack with it, it just doesn't do as much damage when it's not charged.
Captured Zone A. You have
One day,
advantage. Press on. A bigger lead. But
the
now
game will matchmake more people into this match. Wow! That was bad. That was very bad on my part. Derp. Derp, 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 derp.
captured. They hear the howls and no fear. Make them feel it.
Yeah, the problem is that, turns out when you've got 4 on 2, the 2 actually have almost as good a chance of just surprising one of the 4 by themselves.
The hunt has
So one team is not actually going to just jump ahead, because these maps are designed for 6v6. So we're not even staying far enough ahead that we could get the pity victory.
Zone advantage is yours.
Also, they've been very good about not getting into fights with us when we've got the hunt.
You captured Zone C. Now you were the wolf. Finish the hunt.
Damn it. I didn't throw up my block fast enough. Oh, Cerberus +1, you're a weird gun. You're a powerfully weird gun. Still kind of hate that... No, I don't know if I hate. It's probably the wrong word. I'm weirded out by the fact that there are a bunch of Destiny guns now that if you say the name, I know what they are. Or if I read the name. It helps if I read the name, honestly. Admittedly, Cerberus +1 is an exotic, so it has a much more distinctive,
Zone advantage
like,
is yours.
aspect, but it's still a weird gun. Why am I wiggling?
Captured Zone C. The fires are lit. Find your prey and end.
I guess that's technically
You're
a...
on the edge of victory. Annihilate them.
Damn it. Ugh. I don't know why I'm doing that, like, wiggling back and forth thing. Like, it's a thing in PUBG, but I don't play PUBG. And I guess it could be a thing here, but I don't know how much of a difference it would make.
Another hunt will come soon. Zone B captured. You captured Zone A.
There we go.
Zone advantage is yours. I'm calling it.
There we go, Mercy Rule finally took effect.
Zone C captured.
Now you've looked up that song, and now you're stuck in a playlist from time that's, from that time of songs that you forgot. You have to wiggle in a more different way in Destiny 2 than PUBG? I mean, yes, but... Yeah, because I guess that's true, because in PUBG, the wiggle is actually supposed to be using, what is it, Q and E to change from left and right leans. Ugh. Oh, God. Like, just doing this is making the part of my back that is absurdly tense very unhappy, but in a way that makes me think I should keep doing it, if that makes any sense. Who's my passed out cat? Are you my passed out cat? Yeah, I think he's my passed out cat. Look at how adorable he is. He's totally not some sort of horrible demon snuck into our universe. Hey, Zoe, how you doing? I'm gonna... Look, my fear is that that is very bad. So I got dropped into a game in progress, and then almost booted from the game in what the fuck?
Zone C,
Just not wanting to be awake? Ah.
press on.
Wait, isn't it, like, almost 2 for you? Oh shit, I thought it was an enemy. Ugh. Yeah, give me that Arc Soul. I mean, I wanted to be awake earlier today, I just was not a functional human being at the start of this morning.
Zone A captured. Ah, yes. The hunt is on.
But I think that's also because I had some sort of extremely weird dream last night, and I don't remember what it was. I just remember waking up and going,
Annihilate them.
that was weird. And being perfectly okay not being asleep anymore. Great, and now I have a weird, very sudden and inexplicable craving for, I'm gonna say, either Chipotle or Taco Bell. Despite the fact that I just said how okay to good I've been doing about not eating crap.
Zone C captured.
And I know that
You captured
neither of
Zone
those is necessarily crap.
5 minutes left. Sound tactics
Like,
so far.
Taco Bell is arguably the healthiest fast food, and Chipotle is not that bad. But it's also calorically dense, and I have not done shit today to burn any amount of calories.
Likes you.
Oh yeah, I always get a bowl instead of a burrito now, which just makes me sad, because I will forever maintain that
Zone A. You are in control.
burrito is arguably the ideal way of transporting food to face, because it's like a sandwich, but with all over covering, and with an edible wrapper, and it's just, yes, perfect, great, I love it. But there's also just a lot of calories in a tortilla that don't come with any nutritional benefit.
Together, like iron lords. Let the wolves
Oh
rest.
god, I love the arc logic. It's such a weird gun. Like, I was not expecting to like any of the moon weapons that much. No, we're not getting into the weird philosophical discussion of what is or isn't a sandwich. I've just maintained that
You have the advantage.
my preferred way of conveying food into face is via some kind of edible wrapper, and a sandwich is quite good at that,
I'm calling.
but it has
Captured Zone B.
the downside of being very easy to fall
Find
apart,
your prey and end them.
which is sort of the same issue with like sushi rolls and such, is that rice is not an inherently sticky combination, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. But with a well controlled and wrapped burrito, it's a completely enclosed thing. Sarah Jane, I've never managed to only eat half a bowl. Like, I sit down and go like, yes, it will be reasonable for me to only eat half of this burrito or half of this bowl. I can do that. And then I start doing that, and then I look down and go, where's the bowl? Fuck. Totally didn't read beard as bread. But you are 100% correct, Sarah Jane. I'm just bad at it. Very bad at it. Also, the fact that I just ate. Like, before the stream started, which admittedly was an hour and a half ago, I had a slice of pizza that I think amounted to like 300 fucking calories on its own because it's pizza. 209, but still. What's your take on the uptime thing? What do you mean, Lord Inkdeath? I don't know what you mean. Oh, I didn't realize you could see uptime now. Oh, right. Are you on the new... Are you seeing the new version of the channel? Because not everyone sees the new version of the channel, which is still odd. In theory, everyone is on the new version. I'm not. Like, I can't... They don't actually have a thing to select to switch over to my, my own... Like, when I'm not live, I can choose to switch over to the new version. On other people's channels, I can't control switching it. It's very weird. It's another one of those things where it's like, Twitch implemented a new thing and did it in a confusing way. But I have no issue with people being able to see uptime. Like, there used to be an uptime command. This just means that I don't have to rewrite the uptime command. And I'm on board with that. Means less work for me. Damn it.
Opponent claimed Zone B. Zone A lost.
But yeah, there is a new version of the channel display that they have been sort of telling the content creators, like, hey, we're going to be switching to a new version soon, but never actually giving us a time frame. So, And the one time I switched over on purpose, I looked at it and went, I don't know where a bunch of stuff is, and I'm getting ready to start a stream, so I'm not going to try and figure this out as I'm trying to start a stream. So I switched back to the normal version and haven't looked at the new version yet. Although I think I have it set up to display my socials, and I think that's it. There might be a setting you can... I mean, there almost assuredly is a setting you can change somewhere to see the new version, but I wouldn't know where it is. It's such a weirdly compacted map. Also, wasn't this originally for... Yeah, this is the map that they brought back and is supposed to be for, brain. Trials. And still feels way too compact for a 6v6 game. Thank you, Lording Death. Excuse me. So I need to look at my hair in a not camera, because I'm a little afraid that the color is already starting to wash out again. Or at least go back to the teal, because it started out as relatively blue. And I think it's already back to teal.
Opponent claimed Zone A. You captured Zone B.
Yeah, always check before sharing a screenshot to make sure that you don't have a porn tab open. Always. Or something equally as embarrassing, like a dumb Facebook group. Double and triply so if you've got multiple monitors, because remember that the default screenshot sees all monitors.
I'm calling it.
I mean, Alfcat, we've established I use Facebook in that I have a Oh yeah, that's not the new one. That's the old one. Or at least it looks exactly like the old one. Like, the tags are pulled up a little bit, but otherwise that looks the same. The only difference is just... The only differences that I can see are that the, instead of displaying the game image, it's displaying my icon, and the... Oh, I guess they moved a bunch of stuff from the top down to the bottom. Okay. And that it's got the uptime count, which, again, I actually appreciate that one. But yes, we've established that I continue to use Facebook because there are people who would be inaccessible otherwise. So all of the stuff that I do gets cross-posted there, and I have to manually do an amount of that, so that's why it still exists. I fucking changed the channel banner so it wasn't that. That was like one of the few things that I very specifically edited so that it wouldn't do that shitty bad channel banner. Because I have a channel banner, and it's... Unless... Oh, did they change the size again? Hang on. I bet they... Okay. It needs to be 1200 by 400? What the hell is my channel banner currently? Okay, now I just need to go find that fucking thing. Wherever the hell I've managed to put it. Because it's not in any of the places it should be. Fuck. Oh, wait. Is it this one? Okay, what is your aspect ratio? Oh, okay, it might actually just be that it's way too big. Okay. I will work on that next. Oh, you're not talking about mine? Okay. I'd need to see what mine looks like then, because I might be giving them too large an image. But yeah, the problem is that even if you give them a channel banner, and if you gave them a channel banner already, because that was a thing that we could have, they default to using that weird, awful one. That's like the repeated name background thing. I think they've also changed... I need to check, but I think they may have changed the panels, or at least the way that they work, because there's a bunch of stuff that normally we would have to add manually in the panels that they let us add. Annoyingly, all of the edits that I've seen that I can do for this are actually on a back end where I can't see what they affect directly, which just seems like a dumb choice, but hey. So all of the changes that I've made are things that I haven't seen the direct... Like, I haven't seen exactly how the change works. Because, like, I have our channel banner set, but like I just said, I don't know what our channel banner looks like right now because me setting it doesn't actually show me what it's supposed to look like or what it looked like before. So to do it properly, I guess I'd need to have my channel open and then go to a different page so that I can tab between them to see the changes. It seems very stupid.
Zone C lost. Now you
Crap! Have I ever pulled a muscle in my lower jaw? Yes. That was actually an issue I was dealing with a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago. That was part of why I wasn't streaming where there was like a 3-day period last week where I didn't stream because I had. It's not even necessarily a pull, but it's a thing that I do occasionally with my lower jaw, where basically it makes it so that my teeth don't line up properly, and it always happens on the left side, and it means that that muscle is not happy, and it means that because it's nerves that aren't necessarily set up for feeling pain, like good directional pain, it means that the pain gets this weird dispersion effect. So I feel it in, like, all through this part of my jaw, including my teeth. So occasionally I'm like, my teeth are rotting from the inside out. And all the way up into my ears. So that's why, I think it was last Monday, I was complaining a bunch about my ear being bad. And that's why, because it was the jaw issue being sort of, like, weirdly dissipated across an area. Just gonna keep punching people. Wow, could you have a better food name? Their name was Tofu Pad Thai. Can you pick a better Pad Thai? Oh, I've done that too, Lord Inkdeath. Usually my excuse is that I'm watching a cutscene and then I forget to restart talking, but yeah. That's bad, Sarah Jane. That sounds like more than just a lower jaw. Oh, migraine approaching. Oh. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I have no help to provide. Sorry. Beyond the stuff that you almost assuredly already know to do. And given that migraines are always subjective, not objective, who actually no one would know but you what actually helps with them. Stupid, stupid things.
Opponent claims zone C. You captured zone
I'm amazed that I didn't just die there. Oh, hi. Just hide around the corner, sure, like you do.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Ah, screw you.
Zone A captured.
Other person using their super.
You have an iron will.
Hey, Baradite. You get ocular migraines, which is both scary and kind of nice. Get about half an hour of warning by losing vision for about that much time. That does not sound... I mean, I guess, yay, you get a warning, but that sounds way more terrifying than just
Zone C captured.
that a warning is worth, but okay.
Opponent claims zone A.
Damn it. Ah.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I got hit in the head with a giant fire hammer. Probably deserved that for something, but... Oh. Okay, that was weird.
Zone B lost. Zone C lost. You're being hunted.
Oh, good. So just everyone who's currently in this chat gets migraines. Awesome. I feel so bad for all of you, but I also know that there's, like, nothing that I can do. Usually lose the outer peripheral vision in your right eye, so there's a massive black patch. Ah, haha.
The howls are quiet. Return to the fight.
Like, the closest thing I've ever had to what people tell me a migraine, or different kinds of migraines feel like, was a rage-induced headache once, and that was bad, because it was a combination of, like,
Opponent claims zone C.
splitting headache, blind in, I think it was my left eye for, like, an hour, and then getting so angry that I ended up, like, throwing up off the back dock. It was a thing at the kitchen that I worked at, and I don't remember why.
Zone C captured. Opponent claimed Zone A.
But I just know that it was angry about something. It's one of the few genetic problems where it's better to be male. Is it? I know that certain migraines can be tied to... Like, I know that we theorize that some migraines are tied to the X and Y chromosome, but I don't think they all are they? Like, I know that's sort of the thing with being colorblind, is that the very common kinds of being colorblind are specifically tied to the Y chromosome. But that there's still kinds that can affect other folks.
Zone B lost. Pack is hunted. Stand strong.
Oh, shit. Okay, that warlock just popped over the thing and was like, here, have a present. Oh, Yeah, that's why I was saying it's so subjective, Sarah Jane, because it's, like, certain people have, like, one thing works for them, and for some people it doesn't. Like, the way that Haley's mostly dealing with them right now is that she's on a thing where she's getting Botox injections, like, around her head to get them under control. Oh, that's how you mitigate the damage? Yeah. Because I know I know the shitty thing, because it's, of course, the internet, so it's people offering, what is it? Offering unrequested advice is just the most common thing on the fucking face of the internet. Yes, unsolicited advice, that's the word I was trying to think of. I know the common one is always just like, have you had enough water? It's like, yes, they've probably had enough water, jackass. If they have migraines, they know they have migraines. They're trying to deal with it. Your random advice is not going to be helpful. Oh, God. Because I know that's a thing that, that Kate deals with a lot, is that she has a couple different diseases that cause chronic pain, and whenever it's brought up, there's always someone in her chat who goes, well, have you done this? Have you done this? It's like, yes! You jackass! This is a human being who's been living with chronic pain for years. They have already done the stupid things you're going to try and suggest. Oh, when you wake up with one? Oh, God. Yeah, no, that sounds fucking awful. I just like without any context, I just love the... Day would start with a caffeine pill swallowed with an energy shot and washed down with a Monster Ultra Sunrise, which I assume is a kind of Monster energy drink, but I also like my headcanon that it isn't. Oh my god, stop doing the cauldron. This is not a fun map for 6 people. Sorry, for 12 people. I appreciate your use of air quotes around advantage on the severe nerve damage, but yeah. Ooh, shit.
Opponent claimed Zone C. You captured Zone A.
Oh wait, damn it, I finished the art kills too, didn't I? I don't need to use this gun anymore. Oh, did someone request cat scritches? I don't think someone requested cat scritches. He got his pets and he's just like, and now I am filthy. Clean. I must clean myself of this human filth. I should switch my other gun to something close range. Today you learned leveled up Sejuani enough to... Hang on. What? Why didn't they die? Fuck. Cheap tokens will just hard lock a Misfortune. I still haven't seen anyone play Misfortune. I literally don't know what she does. Well, I mean, that's the thing, then, Walkie. If you ask, then it's not unsolicited. Well, I mean, it's kind of unsolicited in that they didn't ask for it, but you asked if they wanted some. So I guess it's close, but yeah.
But don't let up. They won't.
But yeah, I have seen a Sejuani, so I fucked up and let her level up at one point, but I don't actually know what she does. And I've seen no Misfortunes. Like, my assumption is that, that if Misfortune works anything like the way she does in Teamfight Tactics, she just wins. Because her ability in Teamfight Tactics is just broken. I mean, it's not because she's a tier 5 unit, so it's basically impossible to get her, and to get enough of her to level her up is even more absurd, but her activating her ability is just and now your team will probably win.
Opponent claims zone C.
I should probably go pick up Seraph Bunker bounties, but I just don't care about Seraph Bunker bounties. Like, I appreciate that every season this year they've been doing different stuff, but I think the Seraph Bunker might be their weakest, just because...
You are in control.
Because they keep moving people to the, like, here, go do this Seraph Tower this week, and now the Seraph Towers are harder, so they're even more difficult to solo. And occasionally it's just like, hey, this week's Seraph Bunker is the moon. It's like, no one wants to do the moon tower. It sucks. Heck, people barely want to do the Io Tower. The only tower I'm ever able to find people to do is the moon, or is the Earth one, and when the Earth one isn't the active one for the week, it just sucks. Like, it makes me really miss the fact that we had the two different match-made ones in the past 2 seasons, and I kind of wish they'd done it again. I mean, we are on the moon, Baradite. As you can see, it's haunted by us. Me and my weird, my jazz tickle finger thing.
I'm calling it.
Wow, shit, we just kicked their ass.
A clean victory.
Oh. And now there's cat hair all over my hands, which means there's cat hair on my face and probably inside my nose. Who's my good cat demon? I love you, but you're also just a hateful little bastard. Misfortune is whenever your allies attack, deal 1 damage to all enemy creatures defending, +1 to the enemy nexus. Oh, okay. Goes up to 3 damage when she levels. Nice! I really like the way that Nautilus levels up. Like, not just the fact that he levels up when you are deep, so he already does, like, the thing that you want him to do because of, sea monsters. I like that he goes from being a 0-13 to just a 13-13. It's just like, I was a wall, now I'm a wall with a big stick. Yeah. That was unpleasant. Who's my cat butt? Who's my cat butt? See, I like how you're talking about it being dirty, and in my head it was just like imagining them as stupid high schoolers who think they're being deep. We're talking about Legends of Runeterra, Baradite. And I guess technically I was also talking about Teamfight, since it's all overlapping.
Zone B lost.
Like, I'm kind of annoyed that Riot is doing so many good games. given that while I think that League takes way too fucking long to play,
Captured. Zone advantage is yours.
and is probably, I don't want to say my least favorite, but definitely not my favorite sort of MOBA. Kind of annoyed how good all the rest of the stuff they're doing is. Alright, they're not still in that corner. You're just can kind of continue shooting at that corner for some reason. Shit! Shit! Oh, Lording Death, by the way, thank you so very much for taking those clips from the Late Night Valorant stream. Even if I got very confused by the second two, and then found the first one, went, okay, now, okay. Because I love how somehow the first one or not the first one, the second one you took ends exactly before any combat starts, and the third one picks up exactly after the combat ends.
Now hit them again.
Not all Chinese-owned super game companies can be as morally bankrupt as Blizzard. Except the Baradite, they're not... Blizzard isn't owned by a Chinese megacorp. A Chinese megacorp has a large share in them, but if you want to use that as your argument, then you can't play any video game that exists now. And Riot is not better. Riot just has not fucked up as badly recently. Like, Tencent and NetEase own a lot. Yes, that is the point, is that they are worse in different ways. I will definitely agree with that. None of them are good. But Blizzard is still technically... Activision Blizzard is still technically an American-owned shithole. Riot is a Chinese-owned shithole. But if you want to not buy a video game that is anyway funded by a Chinese megacorporation, you basically can only play some indie games at this point.
You captured Zone A. You have the advantage. Press on.
Yeah, but you keep telling me that Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is going to go free to play, and has it yet? Because I'm still pretty sure it's like $5 or 15 when it's not on sale. Also, see ya, Wonky.
Zone B lost.
10th, no, because there has not been a distinction between Activision and Activision Blizzard in a long time. That's just what people have been telling themselves whenever Activision Blizzard made a poor choice. The people who made Blizzard don't work there anymore.
5 minutes.
Like, most of them have done everything they can to escape. Many of them have then set out and failed miserably when they tried to do their own stuff. But they aren't a separate company. They've been hiding under that banner of, we're totally a separate company, so that they could continue to bank off of, we're Blizzard. Everyone still likes us. Because everyone has that Blizzard game that they started playing as a kid.
Is yours.
New stuff is in beta right now. You've been doing beta testing for them. Once the new modes and map are done, they'll be doing free-to-play? Okay. That's just the thing of, like, I've been screwed too many times on buying into a game and then getting told, oh, and now they went free-to-play.
Lost.
And immediately going, well, do I get anything for the fact that I actually gave you money? No? Okay. And now I'm done. Like, that's what happened with me with, it's either called the Darwin Project or Project Darwin, but I've seen it referred in both ways, which is why it always confuses me, that I spent money on, and then, like, a month after I spent money on them, they went free to play, and their thing for, if you paid for it, here, have some really shitty looking cosmetics. And that was all you got. That seems like it shouldn't be a thing that's weird, Baradite, but I also am generally in the camp of
Stand strong.
that there's a certain overlap between beta testers and actual quality control that I am always a little bit wibbly about. Since a beta tester is functionally just QA with less, I don't know, actual training in most cases, and that way you don't have to pay them. But maybe it's because I worked in QA, so I don't know.
Zone A captured. The lead is yours. Opponent claims Zone C. Opponent claims Zone B. Opponent
Like, the assumption is that if you're using beta testers, it's actually just that you're trying to get more bodies in to find more weird stuff that wouldn't necessarily get covered by your QA, but that sort of depends, Alfcat. Like, certain companies, a beta test is a stress test. Certain companies, it's we made a demo and it's only going to be accessible for a short amount of time. Like, that is 100% what the Destiny 2 thing was, where it's like, hey, we've got a beta. It's play the first mission. It's a demo. It was a fucking demo.
opponent took the lead.
Then there's stuff like the Fallout 76. What was it?
Zone B captured.
There was some sort of cutesy acronym so that broke down into beta.
The lead
Break it early, test something. Which turned out wasn't even that, because all the stuff that you did in their beta literally carried over to your launch character. Like, the characters that you created for that, everything that they had and did was still there. It was very weird. And that's sort of a common thing with MMOs too, Sarah Jane. Well, usually there's the idea that they have a beta branch, which is in testing, or some places call it a public test realm or something to that effect.
You can do this.
The difference being that, like, right now Blizzard is doing alpha testing for
Zone B lost.
Shadowlands. And, like, not everyone can get into that, because the people who are in it right now are generally people who have been in alphas before and are being offered, like, basically who have shown that they will actually do the alpha testing part.
Your opponent pulled ahead.
I feel like Valorant is doing the false exclusivity thing for hype and a bit of overall balancing. Yeah.
Show them who
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it false exclusivity. There is exclusivity. It's
could have gone
like, it's not false in any possible way. Is this gear better than what I'm wearing? I can't see because it's in my bank. Crap.
You lost.
Like,
but what is lost?
it is artificial exclusivity
Fight again.
in the same way
I'll be
that
here.
there is, like, yeah, but that's not false. That is, at best, timed exclusive. Like, my concern there is just your use of false when it is exclusivity. It exists. Like, the product is, in its very nature, exclusive to people who either effectively win a very random lottery or who know someone that already works at Riot. Wow, I have a lot of random gear from this that is not actually good. But it's also probably the best way to go about it. Like, they're getting a bunch of hype for the game. Yeah, Suffix got a key when we were playing Valorant. Okay, I need to go see if that gear was actually better. I doubt it, but I want to check. Nope. Ooh, I do have to send a bunch of stuff to myself real quick, though, because it's my bank is, or my bank, my mailbox is getting too full. Oh, you did too, Baradite? Sweet. That's your punishment for having your Riot account linked, Baradite. Like, do you play other Riot games? I mean, my bank is also getting too full, but I just try and not think about that, because my bank doesn't have money in it. It just has a bunch of random crap. Okay, must delete all this gear that isn't actually very good, because I can't, for some reason, break it down from... or I can't break it down in dim for some reason. But yeah, that is definitely true, Baradite, about the, like, some betas are betas, and some are not. And it's... I hate that the term has just been so easily co-opted into meaning sometimes it's a demo, sometimes it's just, we need cash, so here, play early access so that we can finish developing the game. And... yeah. Now it's just making me think back on the fact that there's at least one Patreon that not Patreon, there's one Kickstarter that I backed that somehow transferred from, was going to release, like, part 1 of 2 games the year that it finished its Kickstarter, to... it had a bit of footage shown at the Xbox X Series thing a couple days ago, and still hasn't come out, and has no release date. In general, I kind of agree, Baradite. Like, it's one of those things where I like the idea of early access for someone who can't necessarily afford to just do... like, to throw away whatever they were doing to develop a game, to be able to earn some amount of money while continuing to work on it, but in practice, it just is a horribly abused system. You're still bitter from the DayZ standalone? Well, that is the perfect example of bad, early access, where it comes out on early access and it probably has a couple of the features that are expected, and probably not most of them, and as they start earning money from it, they do the thing that, like, generally failed Kickstarters also do, which is just they keep adding stuff on, like, okay, we're making money, so we will be able to add this thing on, and this thing on, and this thing on, and this thing on. It's like, great, you now have, like, you started with 10 steps that you needed to get through to get to a proper release, and now you've added, like, 20 steps on top of that. Also, did someone say Star Citizen? I didn't, but... look. Star Citizen is, like, the perfect example of, like... they could literally just stop existing. Like, they already have your money. They just need to go, here, we've released this product with the ships that we've already told you that we're going to release, and we're shutting the servers down tomorrow. You have 1 day to play with your shit that you spent thousands of dollars of real-world money to buy a digital ship that you still can't use. I don't understand Star Citizen. Oh, there would probably be a suit for fraud, Baradite, but they raise more than $1 million a year in continued backing. I'm relatively certain that at this point, if they wanted to, they could just get their case ready to defend any sort of suit of fraud. Just, shit. Not saying they should. At this point, I just don't... is it weird to say that, to me at this point, Star Citizen feels like the plot of The Producers? except that instead of trying to develop a bad game that they would never have to, like, pay back money to investors for, it's just, if we don't ever stop developing, we never have to, like, actually admit that none of this stuff, that some of this stuff might never exist.
Captured Zone B. Zone
We just keep going forever. Because it's not like anyone, we've ever given anyone an actual, like, delivery window. It'll be coming soon, TM, for all eternity. And maybe I'm extremely cynical about that, but the bits of Star Citizen that exist right now don't look like a good game. Like, they look like a very pretty game that as soon as you need to move, don't work properly.
Zone C captured. The fires are lit.
I get that, Paradise, but at the same time, it doesn't look like they've been... It's sort of like, yes, you've been trying very hard. It's a pity you don't seem to be able to do it. That's it. It's like... It's like they are all... Maybe not all. Whoever is in charge is actively acting like
Let the wolves
Peter Molyneux, except that no one is nailing their feet to the ground whenever they need to talk to the public.
opponent claims
Or,
Zone B.
say, having someone come out to say, okay, half the shit that Peter just said was not true, and was stuff that we came up with during a planning meeting that Peter suggested, and that we then went, that's stupid or utterly implausible, we're not doing that. Like that thing about an acorn growing into a fucking oak tree in Fable 1, which was never the case, except that he specifically said that it was, and then counteracted it with later saying, no, so that was actually a planning idea thing that I came up with that made it far enough into development for us to realize that it would literally take the entire CPU process, like it would take the amount of processor attention to just do that that running the game normally would eventually take up. So we didn't do it. It's like, but you said you were. It's like, no, I never said we were doing it. Yes, you did. Yeah. They have raised $282,339,459. Just, like, the part that irks me the most is just that this is a game that was supposed to come out in 2014. And when I see it being played right now,
Captured Zone A.
it doesn't function. Like, I know that most of the game of Star Citizen isn't accessible yet, but they've got, like, there are some amount of missions that exist, and it's just like, they don't look good. Like, the enemy models move like they aren't animated properly, if at all. And sometimes they seem to move properly, but not all the time. And of the however many ships they've released, a bunch of them still have weird visual bugs. Including, there's one that I loved watching someone deal with, where it's like, there's a ship that just has a standing issue where its canopy just opens mid-flight. It's like, yes, that feels great for a fighter ship that just its canopy opens mid-flight. That's fine. That's not a massive issue or anything. They only raised 3 million, just shy of 4 million last month. Yeah.
You have the advantage. Press on.
Because
Zone A
so,
lost.
Sarah Jane, have you seen their sort of business model? Because it's also one of those business models that makes me go, this is literally just, you found a way to do pay to play, but for
Zone B captured.
a game where the focus isn't even on PvP somehow. Because they're raising that much money by telling people, here, you are buying this ship in the game, which may not actually be in the game yet, and or usually it's like this combination of ships, and the insurance so that you can get it back if it gets destroyed some number of times. Did I see the new pay model for the culling? I don't know. Oh, it's a great business model for them, but as like a consumer, the way that I'm looking at it right now is, okay, so it's going to be how much to start playing the game, and then I've still not been able to figure out where it's like, okay, so it's going to be, like right now you can jump into the game for $40 and you get a ship. I still can't figure out if you can get any other ships in-game without spending literally there are ships that do not exist. They are a digital product that has not been made yet, that you can spend thousands of dollars on to get. It's like, there's buying a digital product for real money, and then there's buying a digital product that doesn't even exist yet for real money. I actually don't know which one. What is the culling? I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I don't even remember. Wait, this game came out in 2016. I have no memory of this. Oh, it was a battle royale. Oh, that would be why, because it came out in that, like, surge of stuff. That reminds me, whatever happened to the Stalker devs' attempt to do a battle royale? What was it, Fear of Wolves? Original game was sold as Battle Royale fare. That started as PUBG-like things focused on melee and smaller battles. Unfortunately, it didn't have much staying power. Okay. So they switched over to development of a sequel, which just most of the things that made it different, which got its plug pulled a few weeks after release. Wow, okay. Wasn't the end for the culling. Culling Origins, along with going to free-to-play, the do-over went live September 18th, and was then shut down this month. Now Culling Origins is being... Wait, it was... Oh, no, it was shut down May 2019. Okay. First off, you'll have to buy yourself a copy unless you already own the original and played it, or played it when it was free to play. That initial purchase will only get you so far. You'll be able to play one match every day? But to play more, you'll have to spend tokens. Packs... What the fuck? So it's an arcade. So, if you bought the game or played it when it was free to play, you get one game a day. Then you can play additional matches by winning an online match grants a token. So one out of however many people are in the match can get that. Packs of online match tokens can be bought for 3 tokens for $1, 10 tokens for $3, 20 tokens for $5. Or an online pass that gives online unlimited play, but only lasts for 7 days for $2, or 30 days for $6. What the fuck?
Delay no longer. Glory is
Like,
yours today.
I would agree that sounds like a good business model for the producer if people were playing it. But they're not, because it's been shut down for a year. So that's... Especially because that's a console game, isn't it? So hey, if you want to just play unlimited games, you need to buy the game and pay us $6 a month. Plus the like 10 to 5, depending on what service you're using, that you're paying to your console manufacturer as well to be able to play online. It's not cheaper than WoW. That's the point. It's literally more expensive than WoW.
Zone A lost. You're being hunted.
That's why I'm so fucking baffled. It's like, you have set up a situation that means you are more expensive to play on any sort of reasonable basis than WoW. That... Huh. The base price for WoW has always been $15 and still is. But that is never the number that people cite because you can buy bulk things of WoW for what amounts to about $10 a month. Because if the more playtime you purchase, you can make it cheaper, which is why the cited amount is around like 10. Yeah, I believe it's either 10 to 12. It's been a while for me because I've tried to stay away. But if you want to play... So, there's WoW, which is a... Like, yes, it's giving money to Blizzard, but it's also the MMO that has brutally murdered every single one of its fucking competition because it's so annoyingly and perfectly tuned, because they've been doing it for a decade and a half now, for $10 a month. Or you can buy a game that at one point was free, so you can pay for it, and then pay $6 a month, plus however much you're paying to Xbox, or to Microsoft or Sony, for the right to use their online service to do it. Which means, best case, I don't think any of them are $5 right now. Like, I think they're pretty consistently about $10 a month for their online services. I think you can get it down to $8 for Sony if you buy the year package, but that's still dropping $100 and something at once. I don't know if it counts as WoW ate all of its children. A couple of them were definitely its children, like, damn it, Wildstar, I wish you hadn't listened to the tryhard, or not the tryhard, the diehard vanilla WoW fans. You would have been so much better if you hadn't. But that one definitely counted as its children. I would argue that Firefall was kind of its child, mostly because, again, these are games developed by the people who made WoW, and stopped working at Blizzard. What else? I'm trying to remember any of the other games that were developed by ex-WoW devs. Because I know... I believe the Torchlight team is still a bunch of not a bunch, but is some number of ex-Diablo devs at its head. And yeah, Surging, that's a thing that a couple of MMOs do, but it's just a couple. Actually, WoW does that now too. If you make enough gold in WoW, you can buy playtime, or you can buy a playtime token and sell it on the marketplace to earn money. I'm kind of proud that... I'm not proud. I'm kind of happy that they finally did that. And I know Eve does something similar, which is why for so long, especially since Eve stuff can be somewhat permanently destroyed, that's why they have their whole... that's why there are the folks who talk about Eve battles and can equate ship losses to real-world money loss. Because they can basically go, this ship cost this much ISK, which can be translated to this much real-world currency, and that ship got destroyed in this battle, therefore we know for sure that it is, it cost them this much real-world money. I always love hearing about Eve ship battles, because it always comes down to a bunch of stupid decisions made by people going briefly mad, or some people who are playing an extremely long con. That's a very common one, my experience with listening to anything about Eve battles. But then also, when they talk about the actual battle, remembering that, one, this is still happening in, like, weird MMO combat, or weird MMO WoW style combat, but with ships. and then realizing when they go over it exactly how much real-world money was effectively burned in a silly ship battle in Eve. And while most of the time it probably wasn't created through real-world money, it might have been. Maybe that's the idea behind Star Citizen, is that it wants to do that, the sort of the thing that Eve does, where it's like, yes, let's skip the middleman, so instead of getting the in-game currency, like being able to buy the in-game currency and
You've extended your lead.
fuck.
Not surprised.
So it's like, instead of being able to just get the in-game currency and use it to then go buy ships, they're just like, we'll skip the middleman. You can only buy the ship directly with real money. It's not real money. It's
3 minutes.
like, yes, it has a an accepted conversion rate, but it's like saying, yes, I will go. Oh yeah.
Zone B captured.
You'd like the elaborate schemes that end the capital ship self-destructing. I like the one that was basically a guy got ganked when he was new to the game, and then decided to declare vengeance. So they changed their in-game name, got really good at PvP, and then like befriended the person who ganked them. Sir Jane, usually in this context usually means a high-level player who hangs out where low-level players spawn and wrecks their shit. In some cases, though, it also just means that it's like a team groups up on one person. But in this particular case, it was person brand new starting to the game and had high-level player just go, I'm gonna kill ya. Because they could. So the person who got killed spent months getting good at playing PvP in Eve, and then also changed their name, and then befriended the person who ganked them, and then like set up a like not a full player run business or whatever they're called, but like a minor one, and like became friends with this person, and then yes, player corp, and then I don't remember exactly how they did it, but basically got them to come out to some largely inaccessible part of the Eve universe, and then effectively stranded them out there by like destroying their ship, revealing their name, and something else. And then because of the weird way that Eve works, namely that all combat is like logged partially on on Eve's website, they then got into like an angry screaming comment war on the comments for the battle. Money is one of mankind's strangest conceptual inventions, right up there with insurance. I'd argue they're similar, but yeah. I'll say, hey, Lost, how are you doing? Ooh, you good cat butt. Did someone else trim your nails? You were playing in VR earlier? If you're tired, I'm going to assume... Beat Saber. Sorry, my brain immediately went to DJ Hero. I'm like, nope, that's not VR, and was a game that didn't even last a year. I really hope that few people in chat remember that DJ Hero existed. Ooh, Super Hot in VR still seems like one of those games that would be really cool and also probably make me sick. But really cool. Yes, this is exactly that story, but like done more completely. Thank you very much, Paradise. Yeah, that is that story. Now you want Guitar Hero? I said DJ Hero. No one remembers DJ Hero because it had the stupidest controller. DJ Hero liked it more when it was called Beat Mania. Yeah, but did it have a stupid turntable with, like, sliders and, like, 2 buttons?
Begun.
Is it related to Jukebox Hero? No. No. I'm trying... Was DJ Hero the one made by... That wasn't the one made by Harmonix, right? That was another one of the company whose name I don't remember that now makes...
Claim Zone A.
that does the Guitar Hero development for Activision. Whose name has completely fucking escaped my brain.
The lead
I think it
is
involves the
yours.
word red? Lost? I don't remember, but I know it was too expensive.
You captured Zone A. You have the advantage. Press on.
Fuck, what is that company's name? Because it's not Harmonix, because, Harmonix are the ones who did the first 2 and maybe 3 Guitar Hero games, and then split off to go make Rock Band.
Opponent claims Zone B.
And I will still maintain forever that the Rock Band drums were better than the Guitar Hero World Tour drums, because they sucked.
Zone C
And they had those
lost.
flighty-ass goddamn cymbals that did not... that had the fun combination of issues where they both didn't work when you expected them to, and also sometimes just decided that you were hitting them when you weren't hitting them. Also, I don't think that the
You have the advantage.
Guitar Hero
Press
World
on.
Tour ones had a bass drum. Which feels like a fundamental flaw. God damn it.
You've lost the lead.
Oh, good. They all have the fucking vision, don't they? Or not vision, what's it called?
Stand strong.
That stupid vengeance hat for Titans. Crap. Okay. I thought they nerfed that a lot. See, I thought the entire thing with DJing now was that you didn't actually use vinyls, that they literally had a turntable that was just a thing that you could
This isn't over until
turn to do what you wanted to.
shy.
Like, that does the same thing that you normally would do with vinyls without, you know, having to ruin vinyls.
Opponent claims Zone C. Opponent claims Zone B. Zone A captured.
All of these Titans... Oh, wait, that one doesn't. Seems like most of these Titans have that fucking helmet, whose name I don't remember. I want to say One Eye, but I think that's because I'm thinking of the old Tyrannid hero character that I don't think exists anymore. Does old One Eye still exist? I bet he doesn't, but I'm curious now.
Press on.
Crap. Also, I will try and remember to look at that image when I'm
Zone C
not getting our ass kicked 10th, but... fuck!
Zone
No,
A
damn it,
lost.
stupid alt tab.
Wolf's howl may be the last thing you hear.
Yeah, that just looks like a... That just looks like an actual DJ setup. I'm talking about the shitty one. Because I feel like the DJ Hero controller only had, like, 3 buttons. Like, it might have had a start and select on it somewhere, but I think it only had, like, 3 buttons off to one side of the weird faux turntable. Damn it.
Opponent claimed Zone B.
No, I get that. Opponent I get that
claimed
you're saying it's like DJ Hero but didn't suck. I've never heard of it, though. But I admit that rhythm games have never been my big jam. Like,
you captured Zone
Guitar Hero was... Guitar Hero and the like were probably the only ones that I ever really played. Ugh. But I just remember even people who really liked rhythm games going, yeah, DJ Hero looks, impressively bad. Impressively bad and stupid. Whoop.
Zone A lost. Now you are the hunted.
God damn it, how did we lose Zone A? They were all standing on it. Also, I know that I was talking about how at one point I wanted Taco Bell and or Chipotle, which I still do, but now I really want a Cadbury cream egg. Which I can't have for the exact same reason as why I can't have the other ones. Except more so. Wait, did I say Big Jam? I don't remember saying the phrase Big Jam. I feel like that's a phrase I would remember saying out loud. Oof. Why do I have a notification? Who do I have a notification from? Ah, okay, that's why I have a notification. Just want to make sure that I wasn't seeing anything, or I wasn't, like, missing anything important on Discord. Ah, that would be why I would not have ever heard of it, Tentec, because I didn't know. Just, I have been to very few arcades, because even childhood Cap had ready enough access to video games that paying money per play seemed like a bad idea. And no arcade video game made me go like, ah, yes, this fills a niche that I need filled. I am not still childhood Cap. I am, like, early adult Cap. Like, even by biological standards, I can't be counted as I don't have the word for it. That thing where your brain is technically supposed to continue developing until you're 25. Like, I can't even be considered under that. I would go with not man-child because that... Or man-childhood, that's a weird one. Because man-child has very negative connotations that I'd like to think I try and avoid. Or not take part in, let's say. Why do I have to hurt so much? Oh, god damn it. Hello, Stretchy Cat. I have not had a sense of childlike wonder. I'm gonna level with you, I don't know the last time that I had a sense of childlike wonder. So, Lord Inkdeath, are you ganking in these invasions, or are you doing a proper invasion and then finding that your opponent has friends?
I want to hug you like big, fuzzy Siberian bear.
I'm gonna screw up this name, mostly because there's so many numbers. Corey09099, thank you very much for the host, friend. I don't think it's necessarily the last time I had child... I mean, yes, the last time I had any sort of childlike wonder was assuredly when I was a child, but it also probably wasn't, like, even recent by that standard, because it was one of those... It's one of those kids where it's just like, oh, you're very mature for your age, and what it actually amounted to was, yeah, that's because I'm dead inside. And, like, emotionally stunted because I learned early that it was like, ah, yes, you get compliments and told that you're mature for your age for, like, not expressing emotional output. So I just won't do that. There we go. Just had to get rid of that one. But yeah, that's the fun side of invading, because you get the... Because as you invade, the enemy gets an alert that, like, hey, you're about to be invaded. And since you don't invade directly on them, they're usually going to go, I should summon some help. Plus, frankly, most folks who are walking around human, or not human, in Dark Souls 3 it would be embered, are doing it because they want to get ready to fight a boss. So it's just like, I was going to summon help anyway, so this way they'll help me not die to the invader, and then we can go fight the boss. Or they're just trying to bait out invaders, because that is also a thing.
Zone A captured. You have the advantage.
Sorry, I think my nose is now stuffed up.
Zone B lost.
Yeah, but you're using invaded as a euphemism, Sarah Jane. We're talking about an angry ghost man, glowing bright red, trying to arrive to, like, murderate you. Or, I guess Lording Death could also be purple, but hard to tell. I really should drop my summon sign as a helpful person, but purple more often, just to see if I get any takers. So I'm just like, yes, I'm a mad spirit. I can help and hurt you.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
There we go. Damn it, Lording Death, you were not helping. You were not helping make this sound less sexual in nature by calling yourself a finger. I know what you mean, but you're not helping.
A powerful statement.
Actually, I don't remember how... Do fingers have a special invasion thing? I don't... Honestly, I tend to avoid the PvP covenants. Like, the only PvP covenant that I might do is the Wolfblood one, just because then we have the thing of, just, like, getting summoned to other places, and also potentially summoned with help.
Zone A captured. 2 zones.
And not having to, you know, like, be actively attentive. Ugh. No, Alfcat, because that would require that I have written a finger command, and that's not a thing that I've done. I don't even know what you are referencing, and now I am concerned.
C lost.
But I need to know now what the hell it is that you are referencing. Now I'm also curious, now, because I just want to know, and because without the context, it'll be even weirder. Lording Death, have you... How many, what is it, tongues? No, she doesn't want tongues. No, she does want tongues, yeah. How many tongues have you turned into, Rosaria, and have you
Zone C
used their, like, ability?
yours.
You've given her many tongues, but have you used her weird, what's it called thing, to reset your stats? Because I honestly don't know if something happens if you
Zone C
do the reset too many times. Like, I don't know if it actually does, like, if something happens. I know I'm not. That's what I said. I don't want to explain anything where it's... Okay, actually, no, this... Even with context, this wouldn't make that much sense. So, being a finger of Rosaria, which is what Lording Death is talking about,
minutes remain.
involves being a scary red ghost invader person, showing up, killing someone, and then taking their tongue and giving it to Rosaria.
Advantage is yours.
And if you give her enough tongue, or actually not enough, if you give her a tongue,
Good counter.
then she will let you reset your stats. And if you give her too many tongues, you will turn into a grub. at least that's what happens in canon. I don't actually know what happens in gameplay terms if you give her 6 tongues and reset your stats 6 times.
Zone A lost.
I don't know if she just doesn't let you or what. I'm curious and want to know if Lord Inkdeath has an answer,
You captured Zone B.
because I don't use that covenant. I've never seen what happens if you try and reset the 6th time. Oh yeah, that is assuredly what it is. If you are a finger, then you are invading other people, murdering them, and cutting out their tongues to give to Rosaria, who may or may not be a child of a fertility goddess. And who is also, like, the lower half of her body is turned into some sort of sludge being.
Soon.
Yeah, the running theory is that she is one of, the running theory is that she is a specific daughter of Gwendolyn, who is supposed to be
Opponent claimed Zone
in who's supposed to be in a cage in Anor Londo, but whose body isn't there.
The hunt is on. This is
Or there is a body there, but the belief is that it's not the actual one who's supposed to be there.
the enemy is gaining.
Now starting to sound like the Mason clan. Look, all the story in Dark Souls ends up sounding a lot like that because, honestly, a lot of Dark Souls is based around one very specific family being fucked up by their patriarch and then proceeding to fuck up everybody else. Like, I talk about it a lot whenever we talk about Dark Souls, but literally everything is Gwyn's fault.
Zone A.
Because it's Gwyn discovered the first flame and brought
Opponent claimed Zone
disparity to the world by introducing concepts like life and death and dark and light instead of just existence and gray. Then decided that because he had brought change to the world, and that meant eventually his age would have to end, he decided, but what if it didn't? And we got to keep all the change that I brought, except that I would never have to change myself.
Zone advantage is yours.
And then he fucked up all of humanity and their descendants because of that. Then got into a fight with his firstborn son, and
Zone
his firstborn son just kind of left and decided that, yeah, so dad was a fuck up, so I just won't do what dad did, and I will actively oppose him on many fronts. What the hell? So obviously that means that dad will then raise his, the one daughter that he still had at that point as, like, raising your daughter to be a fertility goddess, because that's not in any way fucked up. Then, when you have a second son, obviously you should then raise him as a girl, because the fatal flaw was that your first child was a son, so just don't let him think that he's a boy, and that'll be fine. No, that one's royally fucked up too. Then, after you've convinced your daughter that she's a fertility goddess, make her sort of facilitate your weird, endless cycle of keeping everything locked down forever now, so that she just perpetuates her own cycle of show up in a kingdom, find a way to get married to whoever's at the top, birth a whole bunch of children, tell them that they're deities, and when they fail to do the thing you want them to do, leave and go do it somewhere else. She loves them thingies with honey mustard. I'm gonna level with you, Paradite. I find all of the weird, let's replace the end of words with E sound profoundly creepy. I don't know why, just, I don't feel like that's Think you'd like to be a fertility goddess, but you don't like children, so maybe that'd be a problem on the application? I feel like you need to then aim away from fertility and aim for something like what's his other name? Bacchus or Dionysus? Like, nowadays, we very much focus on, hey, remember that Bacchus and Dionysus are the gods of wine and inebriation. Yeah, they're also the gods of fucking. Like, not necessarily fertility, just fucking for fun. Because turns out, a lot of early polytheistic, that's the word, faiths had this idea that inebriation and, like, sex go together quite well, and that by extension, because sex goes with inebriation, that that it has some of the same properties as inebriation, because for a lot of early societies, and even some now, this is sort of where the whole what's it called? The thing for Catholics about, what is it, transubstantiation, where the wine and the bread are supposed to become the body and blood of Christ. It's believed that comes from something like this, where it's becoming inebriated has a direct tie with becoming closer to not deification, but like closer to the space that the deities exist within. He is the oh god of hangovers, kind of. Ugh. I mean, Sarah Jane, even then, I generally come into it going, yeah, I could have kids, but look at the world that we currently live in. And, like, Haley and I are both generally of the opinion of, like, look at this world, would we feel even kind of okay bringing a child into this? It's like, no, probably not. But that's also why so many, well, not so many, but why several countries right now have literally negative birth rates, but So in other words, no, it's not be a god, it's become closer to God. Because that's sort of the thing where that's sort of why Bacchus is also Bacchus and not Dionysus is no wait, it is Dionysus. That's why Dionysus has like the direct tie to actors as well, because the story of Dionysus was actually one of the first instances where someone pretended to be a deity. Specifically for enacting part of the Dionysiad, which was a celebration of a bunch of the different stories for Dionysus. But that's where we get the word thespian as well, because it's like maybe not apocryphally, but if you believe the original story, is that the first person to. So normally the Dionysiad would be this like street party basically that eventually culminated in a coliseum or arena or something of that sort, where a choir would sing the stories of Dionysus and such. And one year a member of the choir stepped out from the choir and wearing a Dionysus mask and started telling the story as though they were Dionysus going through it. And that person's name was believed to have been Thespius, I believe, which then became the noun of thespian. And as a reward, they were given some of the symbols of Dionysus, namely a goat, because goats, good symbol of overconsumption and constantly being horny. You know, the perfect symbols for Dionysus. You found 1/4 of a wrestling ring? Oh god, I've been very not aggressively looking for the wrestling ring, but I have been like keeping an eye out for it in my own Animal Crossing shop. You teach teenagers that are questionably even human. You essentially teach aliens.
Opponent claimed zone.
I would say sociopaths, but that works too.
You've lost the lead.
I lost the lead because someone was standing in my way, tanking bullets that were supposed to go into someone else's skull.
Opponent claimed zone B.
Yeah, I know they did. What the fuck? Where did that grenade go? Not where I wanted it to, that much is sure. Weirdly, aren't all of the wrestling ring parts the same? So I could just, like, get... Once I have one in the catalog, I can just order 3 more. And just rotate them, I think? Right? I don't know what I do with it, but I want it. Cat, why are you... Okay, you're just cleaning yourself now, sure. Cat, have I reiterated to you yet that you were a filth monster? Because if not, I should. Just like, I should turn these in before I forget that they were there. I'm just trying to remember, like, I know, M. Lunsford managed to get a full wrestling ring set up, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Wait, who's the filth monster, and why is it? No, I said the cat is a filth monster. Because he's actively trying to clean himself. I would describe, I'm trying to figure out what I would say. Like, I wouldn't call you a filth monster, I would say some sort of... I can't think of a word play that works well with lewd. Because my brain immediately goes to, like, trying to find a way to combine lewd and goblin, but that doesn't work right. Also, good night, Elfcat. I don't know if I said that out loud or only thought it in my head. So, trying to make sure that I do actually say it out loud.
Cut their momentum. Keep pushing. Another hunt will come soon.
Come here, friends.
You captured Zone A. Together, nothing can stop you. Opponent claims Zone C.
If anything, you're a lewd elf. I was going for goblin because if you say monster to me, I'm immediately going to go, okay, but that's bad, and what's a less bad monster? Because in this case, I guess I'm equating less bad monster to smaller monster? It's like goblin, yeah, sure, that's a relatively small monster, so therefore not much of a monster? Not much of a bad? If that makes sense? This is assuredly all weird shit happening in my head as I'm trying to give better explanation.
C captured. 2 zones are yours.
I would, Odin-son. I will have to actually load up Animal Crossing. It's been like a week since I loaded up Animal Crossing, because it's definitely one of those cases where the same reason why I don't play Destiny 2 as much, besides being sort of off-put by some of their storytelling methods, is just that, like, I can only really have one game that drives me to... It's also sort of why I've stopped playing Elite lately, is that I can only have a couple of... or 1 or 2 games that I'm focusing really aggressively on, like, really obsessively. And right now, Final Fantasy is filling that niche, so, like, I'm not aggressively playing Destiny or obsessively playing Animal Crossing, but yeah. Well, I've been focusing on yard and house stuff because yard and house stuff is easy to focus on because it gives me exercise, and because I can very easily, because of smartwatch, like, gamify that for myself and go, like, must fill bars. I wasn't hating on goblins. I was very specifically saying that goblins are... They are a monster race, and they are smaller, so in my head, it's like, it's a smaller monster, therefore less of a monster. There is physically less of it to be a monster. Why do I have so many Oh, right. I was like, why do I have so many windows open? Oh, right, because one of these is a thing to that silly Eve page and such. Oops. Terrifying. Why does this keep moving? Terrifying thing of cables under my desk. Except that it's not terrifying, it's just that they're a unified whole right now, so when I hit it, a go like that was more significant than I was expecting. Remember, oh right, because it's like every cable coming off the back of my desk all together in a cable wrapper thingamajig. Yes, when I redid the my desk, I did actual cable management. I'm at least a little proud of myself for that. Ow! Okay, that wasn't... I was a little afraid that it was just like that was me hitting my funny bone, but no, it wasn't quite my funny bone. I will live. Come back, stream manager stuff. I'm gonna level with y'all. I'm thinking about ending soon-ish. I haven't decided if I want to do a second stream today, but soon-ish so that I can get more stuff posted, so that hopefully there won't be as much of a backlog soon, but also because I need to go plant the blueberry bush and the raspberry bush, and to do that I'm also expecting to have to what the fuck? I'm also expecting to have to... What's it called? Oh, change. Because I'm wearing, like, shorts that I feel like I would be very self-conscious about if the if the neighbors were out. Because our neighbors are a bunch of, well, basically they're a bunch of stoner bros. So the issue with the the issue with doing a second stream is that by that very statement, I would 100% be creating more of a backlog for myself. But I also kind of want to, so we'll see. See, I'm fine with the they are smokers part. What I'm not fine with is just that, like, they're... Okay, this is gonna come off stupid, but they are aggressively friendly, but also still bros. So it's just like a, look, every time I talk with you, you say something that makes me feel at least a little bit uncomfortable, but not like a, I should never talk to this person again, just to, like, that was a really weird way to put that. And I don't know if I tried to explain to you how weird it was, if you would understand. So I'm just like, I just try and avoid talking to them when possible. Because I don't think they're bad, I just don't want to deal with them. And, like,
Two zones are yours.
I don't want to have to try and explain the concept of, like, yes, I am non-binary, which is why I'm wearing some very different stuff than they would probably expect. It's almost assuredly me being just too self-conscious, but it just means that there's extra steps in everything. Fuck! Goodbye. That didn't work. Yeah, like, the weed smoking part isn't that bad. It's just that it means that I'm dealing with people who are, often inebriated, let's say. I don't think I would be surprised how little people care. It's just that I'm extremely self-conscious about everything that I do. Because I am neurotic as all hell. Damn it. What you doing, cat? Are you leaving? Oh my god, you're leaving? Okay, well, I have to go turn off the cat cam now. Hang on. There we go. God damn it. Someone is taking vengeance on me by using a Jotun. It's my punishment for having used a Jotun at the beginning. Also, wow, we are getting our ass kicked. Like, very badly. But now I'm just trying to think of what, if I did a second stream, it would be. Because if I'm honest, I would probably try and make it something where I could turn on song requests and therefore not feel bad about not recording it.
Let the wolves rest. The hunt is
Ugh.
over.
You're not looking forward to when recreational dispensaries can open?
Claimed Zone B. I'm calling it.
Oh, just because you don't want to deal with all of the people going like, ah, yes, I can get high for the first time. Yay.
Losses happen.
Ah. Ooh, Lunafaction boots. Are they higher level? God damn it, they're in my fucking mailbox. Come on. Refresh dim. You can do it. No, damn it, they're not actually better. Crap. Well, I'll still wear them. Oh, they are better than my other ones, though, so that's good. There. I guess... I guess my thing there, Sarah Jane, is more that the first time that I wore something that was very obviously a dress on stream, I basically spent that entire stream having people come in and be either confused or like weird about it, and me having to explain it every time, and it's just like, I never want to do this again. Which, amusingly enough, was also, now that I've been going back through it, was literally the... I don't remember if I had the LGBTQ tag on. The problem was that it was people who had been to the stream before, but had somehow missed the whole me coming out as non-binary for, like, 2 months before that. So... it was just that it was a whole bunch of people who weren't, like, new and coming in for the first time. It was a bunch of people who had been here before, but had somehow just missed all of it. Admittedly, one of them was actually a massive shitbag who I really should probably just ban at this point and aggressively... like, I have to yell at pretty much every time they show up in chat, so I should probably just ban them, honestly.
Prove you're ready for what
You know what, maybe I will. I don't remember... they've got a bunch of numbers after their name, so we'll see. Because I don't think I can just remember their weird number string.
Zone A. Opponent claims Zone C.
The problem is that I don't think they're an asshole. I think they're just a fucking idiot. And I'm not sure if that's worse or better to me. Because, yes, I agree. Life is too short for assholes. I think this person is possibly just an idiot or is a shitty kid. I can't tell which. I'm gonna guess on shitty kid, frankly.
Opponent claims Zone B. Zone C captured.
Ugh.
Have the advantage. Press on.
But, as I was saying, that mostly just annoys me because it was one of those, like... sorry, not that this... I can't brain. The thing there was that it was actually the second dress that I'd worn on stream, but it was the first one that was obvious, because the other one, people kept guessing it was overalls based on the weird design of it, so you couldn't tell what it was unless I was standing.
Zone A lost.
But now that I'm going back through the backlog and like getting stuff set up, I also realized that was the last time that I wore anything
Zone C
on camera that was overtly feminine.
is yours.
Crap. It was also probably the point where I was just like, oh, like in going back through the backlog, it was like, oh, this was probably the point where I started
Zone C lost.
not subconscious. Yeah, subconsciously like not doing all of the things I had been doing before. Not to say that that stream was to blame for it, but it definitely didn't help.
Zone B lost. The
Crap.
wolves howl.
God damn it, I hate this person. So that shield around them means that they've got a risk runner, which means that they're not taking as much of the damage that I'm doing with arc weapons, and unfortunately I'm doing a lot of my damage with arc right now, so I should probably change that up. And no, stupidity is not an excuse for being an asshole. I can't decide if I dislike someone who is just an asshole or someone who is stupid. Because a lot of it is that idea that, okay, if someone, maybe stupid is the wrong word, ignorant, where it's like, okay, they're ignorant of what's going on, so I will attempt to explain what's going on. But after, like, the third or fourth time of going, like, I swear I've fucking explained this to you before, at a certain point it becomes, I think you are being either willfully ignorant or just messing with me. Ugh. No, it's not that I need help. It's really not that I need help. It's that I'm mostly just talking about my own stupid, weird self-consciousness. God damn it.
Be wary. Your opponent's lead has grown.
I'm actually trying to remember, because I think I have 3 dresses, and I don't remember... I know one has pockets. But that's the one that looks like... vaguely like overalls, and I'm trying to remember if the other one has them or not. Because all of my... well, no. All but one of my skirts have
Zone
pockets.
C lost. The howl of the wolf is not
But I don't remember all the dresses.
vigilant.
I know, it's just that, like, how can we help? It's like, you don't have to. Please don't worry about it. That's mostly what I was trying to say. Not like, I don't need help as, like, a statement, just of, like, please don't worry about it. I am here to be entertaining, and it's just that sometimes we've established that part of what some people are here for is just the discussion about stuff. So. I had another thought that I was going to play off of that, and I don't remember what it was. It's just already left my brain.
Zone B captured. Opponent claimed Zone A.
Where are you? Oh my god, I won. I was not expecting to win that one.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours.
Lording Death, honest question. Are you spelling lewd that way on purpose? Like, I just need to know now. I just need to know.
Now you were the wolf.
Like,
Finish the hunt.
it's been messing with me, and I need to know. The way that Lording Death just spelled it, Lewwd,
5 minutes remain.
is correct.
The howls are quiet.
No, it's not spelled with a U. It's Ewud.
Opponent
No, it's not. That's not how it's spelled at all. That's why I was so confused that Lording Death keeps spelling it that way. Fuck you, Beardite. Fuck you. Or is that an issue of autocorrect?
You captured Zone C.
Umlaut, that's it.
Advantage is yours.
Fuck you, Erudite. Fuck you, Beardite, and your goddamn umlaut.
You're closing the
Wait, that is an umlaut, right?
hammer them.
Damn you, slightly different German not punctuation. I don't remember what that's called. This is weird. You're stuck on the other side of a fog wall while someone fights bosses. You should despawn as soon as they start fighting the boss. That is weird.
Your persistence serves you well. Fight on.
Love you too, Baradite. You're still a monster. You and your fucking umlaut.
Zone B captured. Everything is
So maybe they're not actually on the other side of the fog barrier? Or, oh, what fog barrier is it? Crap. Well, so much for reheating that coffee. I'll just finish drinking it. Haha. Because it's entirely possible that they're being trolls. Because there's a bunch of bosses. There's a couple bosses that you can cross the cross the fog barrier before it's properly up. So, like, if it's their first run to a boss, they can cross past the barrier, but because the boss fight hasn't actually started, it won't despawn them. Or it won't spawn them. So, like, for, Vort, you can... There's, like, the fog barrier that you can walk past, and no one will be able to follow you past it, but the first time you go see Vort, the boss doesn't spawn until you walk all the way to the other end of the room. So crap. So oh, you can see them fight it? Okay, that's fucking weird then. That's very weird. I wonder if you invaded, like, as they were entering the fog gate? Come here, I must give all of you my jazz fingers. Hang on. You're this close to changing your name to Lude, Sarah Jane?
Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours. They got the better.
I feel like you would have maybe some people prejudging you based on that name if you spelled Lude properly. But if you spell it improperly like that, I think you can probably get away with it. Give us all the fingers, huh? Wait, what I'm not giving you any fingers. I'm showing you some knee. That's the best that you're getting out of me, though, is just you can see my knee. My fingers are on camera, like you can see them. They're right here. Oh, jazz fingers. Oh, yes, I was giving the jazz fingers. Just gonna wait for them to finish the boss and then just look at you like, fuck, they're still here. Fingers are like hand toes. My gut reaction to that is to like raise my foot up and show the fact that I've got creepy opposable toes. Like, not monkey opposable, but still, like, I can pick stuff up with them. I'm just like, no, because best case, that's weird. Worst case, I will learn something terrifying about someone who is either in the chat or ends up watching the VOD. They were stuck on the other side of the fog wall, so disconnected? That's somehow even weirder. I don't want to be the top of Reddit. At least a Reddit? Yeah, no. No, I don't want to be the top of any Reddit. I am very happy with my extremely limited use of Reddit. And not ever being anywhere near a useful part of Reddit. See, Sarah Jane, the problem with that is mostly just the part that is Reddit. It's not the topping or bottoming, it's just the Reddit part. Because I'm scared. And it's weird and meh.
Iron Banner. This contest will shape
I would also assume that
go.
there is a subreddit about most successful person, But I also operate in the assumption that, best case, it functions in the same way as, like, most successful person in a yearbook, which is mostly just a, we have high expectations for you, and you are not going to meet them. Worst case, I expect it to just be like the rest of Reddit, and therefore, skeevy as hell. My point, fuck you. I'm sure there are useful parts of Reddit, it's just that there's so much of it that it doesn't feel worth it to me to try and find the parts that are not bad. Like, frankly, Twitter is also awful. But I've been using Twitter long enough that I know how to, like, keep to the parts that I don't hate. Which is mostly just to never, ever look at any of the trends that Twitter tries to get me to look at. Because I will either get depressed or very angry. I think with Reddit, it's just that because it's so spread out and separated between subreddits, that it's just... there's just too much going on there for me. So while I appreciate it as, like, a good... I appreciate the people who use it because it tends to be a good way of, like, bringing information together. I just don't like using it myself. Weirdly, Odin-san, mine has stopped doing that, and I don't know why. Like, mine has been set to timeline-based for, like, a month now, and it hasn't switched back, and I don't know why. I love it, but I don't know why. That was a name? It was, like, a really reasonable name, too. It's just very strange that it wasn't a weird name at all. I mean, there was a bunch of numbers, but... Although, before I forget about it, remember, Sarah Jane, you can only change your name every 6 months. So, like, if you're gonna change it to that, remember, you're gonna have to commit. I don't think you would have trouble committing to it, but just a reminder that you can only do it every 6 months. Also, might I suggest, Sparkrunner623, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the lair. I hope you enjoyed the lore. But might I suggest inner caps, so that it's easier to, like, read the individual words. Like, some things can't display inner caps, but in general, I would almost always suggest inner caps, because it just makes things more readable. And the fact that, since Twitch won't let you put in spaces, like, underscores just look silly. Ah! Shit! Damn you, Tempest Reach! I don't know why I still have, Twitter set, and I don't know how to undo this, but I somehow, when I first started using Twitter and, like, didn't follow that many accounts, I set it to somehow send notifications whenever Chewy tweeted something, and I really want to learn how to undo that. Because I now get notifications whenever he tweets something, retweets something, or just, say, responds to a person. It's like, I don't actually need all of this information, Twitter. How do I stop you from telling me this? I'm gonna keep trying to drink out of this completely empty coffee cup. Yeah, making a second Twitch username would also work, but then you wouldn't be able to, like, maintain any of your silly things, like your first badge. Which I still... I'm so glad that I'm learning slowly who the hell all of my goddamn founders are. Whoop. It's very ineffective to drink nothing. Well, I'm not even drinking nothing. I'm just picking it up and going like, oh. Well, there's nothing in here. Wait. Lord Inkdeath, thank you so very much for gifting a sub to Lord Dinkdeath. 27.
Swing either way.
Well, it's just like, okay, off the top of my head, I believe my founders, the founders that I know about are Odinson, you, Sir Jane, I'm the Dork, I think Chewie? But there's 10 of them. And I don't know who any of the other ones are off the top of my head.
Zone B lost.
Lord Inkdeath, thanks you so very much for gifting a sub to Not Sibwow. Why not Sibwow? I don't think... Also, please tell me if you know whether or not that is Sibwow, a Sibwow alt account, because I really hope it is.
You've lost the lead.
I truly hope that's a Sibwow alt, but who knows? Ah, crap! Hey, I traded! Or it's yours, okay. Crap! Damn it! I killed one, and then... I don't know. World Forger... Oh! Red Falcon. Red Falcon is a founder. I think? I'm like 98% sure. I don't know about World Forger because I don't think he ever had a sub. Might have been Damasu though, but we have not seen Damasu in a bit because he is now a mod for someone else. I don't remember who. Also, then see you, Lord Inkdeath. Enjoy pestering TQ. She's still doing the, what is it, the... I forgot about Majestic. I know he was gifted subs. I don't remember if he ever subbed directly, though. But maybe. Oh, shit, you're still alive.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
But yeah, enjoy bugging TQ with... I think she's still doing... Not still doing. She's doing her Breath of the Wild, like... roleplay run thing, right? I will accept that fucking... Okay, it wasn't even a trade. Never mind. I was expecting to get killed there. Like, I love TQ as a content creator, but I do not understand the way that she plays a lot of games. That's not true. I understand the way she plays a lot of games. They are not the way that I would play those games. And I think because of that, she sometimes has weird standards. Like her thing about hating the Halo skins in Sea of Thieves. It's still empty. I'm gonna... Damn it! I just remembered that I really wanted to go get Viking's Blood at some point. I should do that. I bet our like around the corner liquor store does not have Viking's Blood. Wait, Drizzly is still a thing that exists, and I think I have like a $5 credit with them.
You captured Zone B. You have the advantage.
Whoop.
Press on.
That would make far too much sense, being able to go look at your founders.
1 minute. Still
But
dead even. You can
look, it's the established thing of whenever Twitch brings out a new feature, it has to be implemented as stupidly as they can manage. Odinson, you know what I'm talking about.
The Iron Lords could have used you.
Do I have Drizzly installed on this phone?
Like an old friend.
I did say Mead Lord Inkdeath. I was just saying how I want to get some, and I probably meant to go pick some up when I was out buying all of the, like, bushes and plants and such, and then I forgot. Hey, Kamatsu, that's a weird bug. Welcome. Sorry? Sarah Jane, Drizzly is a thing sort of like Grubhub or DoorDash, except for liquor stores, and then they stopped making it sort of like an immediate delivery thing, and now it's more of just like it's functionally a phone app that is a private courier service to bring alcohol to your house. And takes usually a couple of days, but also means that they don't have to go outside or deal with people. Now I just kind of want to see if I can get a fucking bottle of Viking's blood without having to go to a liquor store. Ooh. Your local Bevmo delivers within like 30 minutes of placing the order? I am fucking jealous. I don't think we have any Bevmos. Or at the very least, I've never been to one here? Oops. It's 2 words, right? I think it's 2 words. Nope. Yeah, we do not. Because I know that was always the thing for that we would go to. Ooh, no. Yes, that. That was where we got alcohol when I lived in California. No, I do not want notification. Fuck off. Stop. Okay.
Iron Banner.
That's a different bottle, but that's Viking's blood. Or no, it's not even a different bottle. It's a different...
Prove you're ready for what comes.
Oh, hell yes. It's on the list of get it now. Oh, shit. But when I was in Southern California, that's always where we got our like, need alcohol in short order from, was a local Bevmo. But also, hey, Komatsu, how are you doing? Last time you did an escape room day trip with friends, you went to the small local meadery and bought a bottle home. Split it with said friends, and now it stays in your liquor cabinet. Nice! I just really like, what is the name of the company that makes this one? It's... Danks... Oh, I'm gonna screw up that name.
Zone advantage is yours.
Danks... It's MJOD. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that word. But, they make a bunch of really solid meads. They make a... It's, Viking's Blood is a mead with hibiscus. They do... I can't remember any of their other names, but they also do one with, like, ginger and something else. But the hibiscus one, Viking's Blood, is so good. It's weird.
You captured zone.
When did we lose A?
Zone
What the hell?
advantage is yours.
Ooh, holiday spiced mead sounds nice too. Like, the thing with mead is that you always need some other flavor to offset the fact that it's just, like, super sweet. And, like, the Viking's Blood hibiscus, I feel like, is less of an offset and more of a just, like, hibiscus goes well with sweet. But a spiced one, that sounds like a good combination as well. But it's also really syrupy. And, oh, I probably shouldn't get it because it's also very high calorie because it's honey-based. Shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't then. Also, because it's like... Well, I guess a $30 bottle actually is not that bad.
Press on.
I was about to say, and it's like $50 a bottle. I was like, no, it's a 55-minute delivery. Oh, that was weird. My camera kept moving backwards. I know moderation, but I also just... There's a difference between everything in moderation and I don't actually need alcohol, so... Local artisanal soda place, you get growlers filled with from hibiscus ginger beer. Ooh.
The hunt is on.
It would not be a have it with dessert, it would be have it as dessert sort of thing. For the amount of calories that you're getting from a glass of mead.
Let the wolves rest. The hunt is over. You have an
Damn it, Sarah Jane, you're selling me on this get Chipotle thing now.
opponent claims zone.
Mostly because as soon as you said Chipotle, my mouth started watering. And, yeah, it just sounds good. Damn it. Ah, I was hoping to get a double there. Oh, come here, knee. Knee and the poor part of my leg that is now mesh textured? Sure, let's go with that. Mesh textured. No, no. Okay, whew. Yes, and if I get it, I will put half of it away immediately. I mean, if I get it, I will also ask Haley if she wants any too, so. That way, usually I'm not the one to, like... Not usually. That means I won't be guaranteed to be the one to, like, go get it from the drop-off at the front door. Oh, okay. So I won't be able to just pick it up and go like, yes, this mine now. Fit in face. Haha, perfect. I can just, like, dose out half of it and try and be good. And now I'm just making my fucking mouth water more, and it's not helping. Oh, hello, Dogface. Do you want up? Nope, nope. You were just waiting for me to acknowledge you so that you could leave. Oh, okay. It's like, what the hell is that? Oh, it's my watch saying, hey, fat ass, you have not moved all day. Technically all hour, but it also... Like, it thinks that me doing stuff like this is taking a step, so...
Captured Zone A. Zone advantage is yours.
So it thinks I've taken a bunch of steps this hour, which is not true!
5 minutes remain. Zone C lost. You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
Damn it! I killed myself with my own grenade. I wish I had a camera to show you what is going on now, because it's just kind of adorable. Because Oliver was like over there by where the sofa cam used to point before we got rid of that. And now he's sitting on the other side of my desk, staring out the door. Or not sitting, he's like splayed out on the ground. Staring out the door at the cat, who is splayed out in the exact same position but mirrored on the other side of the door. So they're just staring at each other. It's very strange. It's just a weird splaying of orange and white on a brown carpet.
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
Fuck you in your helmet. Fuck you in your mountaintop.
Zone A lost.
Damn it. I kind of wish I'd been killed before I activated that. Why are all of these stores
Zone
rated
C
as,
captured.
like...
Zone B lost.
All of these stores have a rating of, like, 7 point something. That
Zone A captured. Zone advantage is yours.
That just seems like you're adding more depth than is necessary.
Zone A lost.
Like... I don't know. I feel weird seeing any sort of star ratings now that... Or not star ratings, but any sort of, like, ratings that aren't 5, because if you're trying to be that in-depth, eventually it's just going to end up being unhelpful, unless you actually have, like, a written descriptor for why you feel that a 7... Like, why you think a 7.5 is fundamentally different than a 6.5. It's like, I don't know. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes an amount of sense, but it might just be me. No, no slides. No slides. Oh shit, there's someone here.
Zone A captured. Zone
Damn it.
advantage
Ah,
is
butts.
yours.
Where it's like, I feel like 5 is pretty straightforward for,
Zone C lost.
like, not leaving any sort of reviews or explanation for your opinion, where it's like, terrible, not good, perfectly neutral, pretty good, great. But as soon as you're adding more stuff to it, then it just becomes, okay, but can you... What does your subjective quantification of, like, 7 mean as opposed to 7.5 or nah?
Zone A lost. The pack is hunting you. Stand strong.
Obfuscation also feels like it goes with popular review sets being rackets. A little bit, yeah!
The enemy is gaining.
This is less obfuscation and more just, it feels like you wanted to feel like your number is more straightforward without actually making it more straightforward.
The flames have gone cold.
Like, I get the idea of, if we give them, like, a greater ability of control, then it makes reading a review less necessary because you think that you understand, like, you have an internalized idea of, like, I would expect a 7 to be different than a 7.5 in this way, but you're just adding more, I don't know, variance, I guess? I don't have a word for it.
Zone C.
You're adding more subjective, you're giving people a, you're trying to get people to quantify something subjective. And the way the two people quantify something subjective is not ever going to be the fucking same. Damn it.
Took your lead. Show them that was a mistake.
I was working on showing them it was a mistake, okay?
They got the better of you.
Oh, we ran out of time. Okay. It's been a bit since that happened. Where's the cat screaming? He's got like an hour and change before his food dispenses. I forgot that I was wearing these Lunafaction boots. That's probably bad. It's not like they do a ton, but hey. Just occurred to me, did I actually finish the last Iron Banner bounty? Because if I did... Oh, okay. I'm going to do one more game then, I think, and then we'll probably call it. So hey, let's go ham and just buy all of these. Or not buy all of these, complete all of these. I can words. So that'll increase light level. That'll increase light level. Where's the... Oh, it's a kinetic sniper. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that means I'm using my arc logic. Or don't I have something better? I do, but it's a shotgun. Okay. Guess I'm using my arc logic, though, just to be... Okay, it didn't actually increase it. Okay. Hey, at least they seem to have fixed that weird thing where the Iron Banner bounties were only goddamn giving... weapons. Wait, should I really only do 1001? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, but it is. I'm at 1,000. Okay. Really feels like that should be at least a little bit higher, but I guess not. I guess, yeah, probably because of the boots. The boots are forcing the average down a little bit. So the issue here is that we're now at a... Oh, it's not displaying the gear, the artifact anymore. So after you hit power level 1,000, the only way to increase is by getting what's called pinnacle gear. And pinnacle gear is always going to be 2 power level higher than your maximum power level. So like right now, if I were to get a piece of pinnacle gear, it would be light level 1001. And the problem is that to go up to have this go up to the next level, I need to basically increase the average light level, or power level, which right now is at 1001.7, and I needed to go up to 0.8 for it to round up to 101 or 1002.
Zone advantage is yours.
So this is the fun, weird endgame grind of Destiny. And how wibbly it is about what constitutes leveling up. Or not leveling up, but powering up. So second stream in a few hours, Legends of Runeterra with song requests. I would say either Legends, Valorant, or Final Fantasy. Probably not Valorant, because I kind of like saving those as a thing that I'll have of not. I said that like I've done more than one. I like the idea of saving Valorant as a thing that I will actually put on YouTube. So, not Valorant, probably. So maybe Runeterra, and maybe Final Fantasy. But yes, something with song requests on, so that I don't have to feel bad about not making a local recording. Crap.
Opponent claims zone C. Opponent claims
And so that I don't increase my backlog more. But probably Runeterra, because I do actually want to try out that sea monster deck.
zone C captured.
And see how it goes.
Is yours. Your lead grows sharper.
Oh my god, you have to stay on the points, you asshats.
You captured zone B. Now you are the wolf. Finish the hunt.
Ooh, shittles. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hi. No! Damn it! Ooh, their cape did something weird as I turned the corner, tried to whip around there real quick. Honestly, if I can help it, might also just be a stream that we do tonight with, Ooh, hi. If I get some, with some mead. Or, I think I've still got, like, a bit of Bloody Mary mix, so what I'm saying is that tonight's stream will probably involve drinking, because why the hell not? What's up, cat?
Captured. 2 zones are yours.
But also, ideally not going
Opponent claims
too
zone B.
late, but we'll see. Also, sounds like I might need to recharge my headphones between
You captured zone B.
now and the next stream, because they keep either disconnecting or dying. I'm gonna guess that they're just disconnecting, but we'll see. I don't love cucumber vodka, but every other part of that is awesome.
They're staggering.
I might honestly make them with gin, because I know we've still got a bunch of gin.
The howls are quiet.
I think we do. Maybe we don't. I don't remember now. We'll see. I mean, worst case, I know we've got a bunch of vodka that I can just put in literally anything, so we'll see. Might just do... Oh, we do have that really nice...
Opponent
Was it
claims
Wilder
zone
Wine tea? I might just put something in that.
Zone advantage is yours.
Cucumber Collins sounds good. I will take your word for it. I don't actually remember the last time I had... I'm guessing you're referencing specifically a Tom Collins, and I can't remember the last time I had a Tom Collins. I just killed that person as they were ulting. I stand by that. Also, somehow my gun has 82 bullets in it, which I assume is one of the perks that I just don't remember what perks it has.
I'm calling it.
Well, I'm getting a kill before you call it. Well, shit. I got a kill before they called it.
Well fought and well won.
Yash! Whew. Last time you tried to order a Tom Collins, the bartender had never heard of it? That's a little depressing. Like, even with the context, that's a little depressing. Tom Collins made with vodka instead of gin is your go-to mixed drink since it's essentially hard lemonade. Yeah, that seems fair, honestly. Like, again, I don't actually remember what's in it, but that seems like a fair read. Nope, escape, there we go. It's like, how the hell do I back out of this? Like that. So, let's see who's live before I... Okay. Sugar, gin, lemon juice. Yeah, that actually sounds really good. Do I have lemon juice? I think we have I think we still have gin, so we could totally do that. The dive bar also didn't have ginger ale. It was real weird. I guess that makes sense for a dive bar, but yeah. Okay. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you've all had fun. Again, sorry that for any of you who haven't done or care about Destiny, but it's just a tradition. Like, Iron Banner shows up once a month. I play it. I don't know why. It's just a thing we still do. Probably won't do it anymore, but hey. Yeah, I think my hair is starting to wash out again. Oh well. So thank you very much to Alifcat, Lord Inkdeath, I still need to fix that, Tramer101, and Drakus for supporting the stream on Patreon. Thank you as well to Lord Inkdeath for gifting those subs to Not Sibwow and Lord Dinkdeath, as well as Sparkrunner for that brand new follow. Thank you so very much. Just thank you all so very much. We're going to be throwing over to Sly TQ because I think she's going to be going for a while, and because she's trying out Oh, Lord Inkdeath, I remember I asked you if you were okay with the spaces, and I think that it does look better without the spaces, so I'm going to fix it. But yeah, we're going to be throwing over to Sly2Q. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful streamer. I think you all enjoy heading over there. And like I said, she's doing something kind of new. I think this is her second day of doing, what's it called? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. She's doing like a roleplay, no fast travel run. And I think it's also the first time she's playing through it. But still, yeah, I will see all of you hopefully in a couple hours for yet to be determined thing that will probably be Runeterra. Bye.